Mic test, mic test. Hello everyone and welcome back to another Bison stream. Hope we're all having a wonderful day today, because I most certainly am, because we are back with some more Tales of Arise. So hope we're all looking forward to that. It has been a little bit since I last streamed. It's been a few days. Streamed on Monday and now it is Friday. Skipped Wednesday because I had like a nose procedure done where they went in and zapped some stuff.
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
And like on that day I just had like gauze under my nose that were just like bloody and stuff. So it wasn't pretty. Didn't feel like it would be a proper streaming environment, and I wanted to take yesterday to rest. Nose is still recovering. It will be for a bit. It's weird having like not like I don't want to say continuous bloody nose, but like the aftermath of a bloody nose continuously, like the scabbing and like hardened blood. But yeah, we are on Lenegus. We are trying to find the hidden sector. because we need to track down the laser thing, but the run in town, when the space station transformed into laser configuration, the town was seemingly not built with that in mind, and it has been like largely destroyed. Everything all topsy-turvy in the residential quarter. There are lots of injuries. Stuff keeps dropping on people, and they're also falling down. Hello there, old man. What do you know?
Oh, dear me. What an unspeakable mess this has all become. Just look at the state of our city. Even the Zoogles have stopped heeding our commands.
Oh, perfect. I was wondering who we were going to fight.
Whatever did we do to deserve this?
You
well,
really have no clue what might have caused this?
your super
Would
racism
that
caused
I
it.
have. Alas, there was no warning, no prior decree. His Highness must have deemed it unnecessary for us to know.
How do you feel about that?
We have no choice but to grin and bear it. But do my eyes deceive me? Could I really be standing in the presence of his lordship, Dohalim of the House Ilkaris?
Yes. Yes, you do.
I believed he was on Dana.
Your eyes do not deceive you. It is I, one and the same. I have returned to fulfill a special duty, the details of which I cannot divulge.
As your lordship wishes. First Lanagus mutates beyond recognition, now this unexpected visit. The Sovereign's plans are inscrutable indeed.
Oh, yes. 100%. The Sovereign. Not.
The Ilkaris House has
My guy,
produced
Alpha.
a great many lords over the centuries. I shall be praying for your victory in the latest crown contest.
Your good wishes do me an honor.
Okay. Good wishes do me an honor, you say. And who are you? Can anyone hear me? Please, someone answer me. What's going on? Why can't I reach anyone? Oh, no. Yeah, shit's fucked here. We got some strawberries. Okay. Ah, using water arts to be a firefighter. That's, you know what? I like seeing that. Where it's like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. And they're like, it's like, why would you need the concept of like hoses and other things? It's like, I don't know, because you just have water astral arts. Why bother having a device to bring water from one place to another when you can just will it into existence? Hello there, miss. You need 59 CP? Boy, howdy. That's quite a bit. 10. So each heal is 10% of your max. In all my years, never have I seen such potent healing arts. Thank you so much for taking the time to help an old woman like me. Fancy parfait recipe. Lavish parfait filled to the brim with fruit and cream. Though extremely satisfying to eat, eating one risks developing more than a few cavities.
Everything will be okay now.
I know the basics of healing arts, but my skills pale in
I
comparison.
mean, you have resurrection as a skill. You're pretty good. In fact, you're probably, like, you and Shion both having healing arts is the reason why I was able to do the super fights. Hello there, random fellow.
Your lordship. Oh, what a great honor it is to finally meet you.
Hello. I like your shirt.
I descended to Dana during the last crown contest also. Alas, when the contender I was backing failed to clinch the title, I returned. I witnessed the deaths of so many slaves.
Oh, yeah?
Indeed.
Sorry to interrupt, but
Just
we're
gonna
looking
say
for
that?
a woman dressed all in red. Have you seen anyone of that description?
You have a lot of people with you just in red.
All red, eh? No, I can't say I remember anyone like that. I imagine she'd stand out somewhat, too.
Yeah. What about down on Dana during the crown contest? You didn't see anyone like that hanging around the lord you were serving?
What's with all these questions? I've never seen her, okay? Not recently or otherwise. Why do you want to find her anyway?
Never
Because
mind.
reasons.
Forget I asked. Sorry to take up your time.
We're looking for someone, obviously. Who are these rabble-rousers asking questions? Hello there. The Zuko suddenly stopped listening to our commands. As soon as we turned our backs, they bolted for the horizon. Nothing like this has ever happened before. They have to put the crown contest on hold. We can't carry on while things are like this. Good thing that they bolted and didn't, you know, attack you. Like that's a minor good thing, right? God, I played Metaphor yesterday, and now I'm trying to open up the map with R1.
Is everything
dear.
okay? You look a little lost.
Oh, yes. I can't seem to find my way home, is all. I was just about to make my umpteenth attempt at a new route.
I was hoping to head this way myself. The situation is a real pain, huh?
Yeah.
I suppose the Sovereign knows best.
What makes you
I
think
daren't
that?
stay here too
Think he's
long, though.
infallible?
A lower caste can only linger around these parts for so long before I outstay my welcome. I was hoping to avoid it, but maybe I'll have to go that way after all.
That way?
You mean you know another way round?
Lord Dohalim Elkaris! But how? Last I heard, you were in Dana competing in the crown contest.
Yes, strange, isn't it? If you know another route, we'd be grateful if you could tell us.
Nose.
But of course. Please forgive me. There's a wall that sprung up ahead of here, with what looks to be an entrance in it. I thought maybe it was a passageway between the different quarters, but I've no way of knowing for sure.
It looks like a passageway
It's worth
into an
investigating,
area
at
where we
least.
could fight things.
I shall go and assess the situation. In the meantime, wait for me here. If it looks safe, I'll come and let you know.
You'd really do that for me?
Oh,
A lord troubling himself for someone of my lowly status?
Our lot in life
Hey,
is of little
Wolf Slash.
consequence. We are both
Thank you
Renan,
very much for the
first and
sub.
foremost.
29 months. Damn.
Oh,
That's
why
crazy.
yes, my lord. Thank you.
That's we're getting closer and
we
closer
canvassed
to
the city
3.5,
for information.
3 years.
What do you
That's
think?
bonkers.
No one has the faintest idea what's happened to the city after all. They haven't heard the news about the crown contest either.
You'd think that info would easily find its way up here.
Easily.
Has it always been like that?
Not to this extent, which would indicate that something's suppressing the truth. That Lenegis is under some kind of control.
Can't handle the truth.
Given everything that's happened to their city, the people here seem weirdly okay with it all.
Yeah. That one guy even said his Zoogle had stopped listening to him. If that's true, these people are in big trouble.
Everything that
That's my
happens here is
funniest dude,
attributed
yeah.
to the
Ah,
Sovereign's
okay.
will.
Good to know you
It's the
usually
way
watch me
people
on a
have been
tablet.
conditioned. Their belief runs deep.
Gathering all the information.
Nothing happens devoid of a reason. To them, it's all part of the Sovereign's grand plan.
The Sovereign's plan.
I don't have
There
a
is
plan.
one thing I'm still
Flying by the
not
seat of
sure
my
about.
cheeks.
Just who is this person ruling over Lenegis?
The Sovereign, of course.
The Sovereign.
He rules from Rena while presiding over both Rena and
Okay,
Lenegis.
so he just has remote control.
Without the lords or anyone in the middle doing his dirty work? Isn't Rena at least the same size as Dana? That's a pretty big dominion for one person to rule over. I
Getting
would have
older,
thought
your
ruling
biggest need to
Lenegis
see my
alone
stuff.
would be difficult enough.
Right? Yeah.
The points you make are valid.
What
though I
did he
confess I'd never
say?
given it much thought before. Here, the Sovereign's total authority is as natural as night turning to day. Come to think of it, I know nothing of the nature of how Rena itself is. Shion, have you ever been... No, forgive me.
Is Rena just like a
Have you
vacant
met or
planet?
crossed paths with, or even heard of someone who's actually made a visit to the homeland?
No, I haven't.
Huh.
Neither have I. In which case, I would imagine that... But no, surely not. Can it really be that no citizen of Lenegis has ever been there?
Oh, it is an empty planet,
Hold up.
100%.
What are you getting at, Dohalim?
Assuming what I believe to be correct, it's possible that no one on Lenegis has ever laid eyes on the actual Renan homeworld itself. No one but the Sovereign, that is.
But what about trade and communication? There's got to be a flow back and forth, surely.
Not if the Sovereign is imposing his will on Lenegis single-handedly. It could be a one-way street.
But I thought you said that the Sovereign's all the way over on Rena. If that's the case, can he really rule directly over Lenegis from so far away? What if something were to happen to the city, like now?
I'm
Technology is
beginning to
impressive.
wonder what the nature of this Sovereign even is. Alphen said he was forced into the role, right? Just before the ceremony. But Sovereign is also the title given to the almighty Renan ruler. So which one is it?
Could be both.
Whoever wins the
Happens
crown
times.
contest inherits the throne from his or her predecessor, before becoming ruler over all of Rena and Lenegis. Thereafter, that individual is known as the Sovereign. Though, it would appear that the current ruler has gone silent. As for how Volron factors into all this, at this point, I no longer know what to believe.
3 centuries ago, I became the Sovereign here on Lenegis. No, not just became, I was forced to. Me, a Danon.
Yeah.
300
Which they
years
would
later,
never
we
deal
crossed
with,
paths
or-
with Volron, who also bears the Sovereign's crest.
Yeah, they would never want
That's
a
not the
Danon
only
to
thing we have
rule,
in common.
So.
We both became Sovereign without winning the crown contest.
Do you think Volron was made sovereign for the same reason? Because of that ceremony?
Yeah.
I can't say for sure, but it certainly sounds like it.
Curious as to what
But
purpose the
that would
sovereign
mean that
serves.
2 sovereigns would need to exist at any one time. One whose job it is to rule, and the other for ceremonial purposes. We never did see Volron's body back in Ganeth Haros. Is a new ceremony underway with Volron at its center this time? Could that be what's causing all this strange activity here?
Wait a second. You don't think Volron and the Red Woman are working together, do you?
Maybe.
The ceremony can't go forward without the Renis Alma. The same one that the Red Woman stole.
There's something else the ceremony needs. A maiden. And unless there's another one out there aside from me.
Questions, questions, and yet more questions.
Come on, give me
Ones
some
that it
answers.
seems will remain unanswered until we can establish the Sovereign's identity.
If the Forbidden Zone really is off limits to everyone but the Sovereign, that seems as good a place as any to start. For the sake of liberating Dana, too.
Then it's decided. That's where we need to go.
One of the citizens mentioned a passage that she thought might lead to another section of the city. It could point us in the right direction. Let's go find it.
Yeah, let's go find it. But yeah, speaking of like 29 months and 36 being almost 3 years, I've always thought that one cool feature that I wish Twitch or YouTube or any streaming service would add for like following a specific person is like, what was the person you're following doing when you followed or subscribed, right? When you first interacted. Because it's like, oh god, I don't know what I was playing 29 months ago or 30 some odd months ago. It's been too long. I would like to know, because I just can't remember.
With nobody left to run the show, I wonder what the people here are supposed to do.
Nothing.
I mean, there's sovereigns up on the Renan homeworld, and all their lords were sent to Dana.
But Dohalim was a lord, right?
Only current acting lords have power. Renan society is quite strict about such matters.
And this is also a skit, but it didn't go into the storybook view.
Even if the other lords were still around,
Like I'm
I
sure
doubt
it's in
they'd
this
be able to
fa-
do much about
perfect.
the situation.
we got some good ones. You know, that good old Laura dab.
I wonder what they'd think if they were here to see Lenegis now. Balsif, Ganabelt, Almadria, and Volron.
We took them all down.
Now that I think of it, aside from Dohalim, we know next to nothing about the other lords.
Well, yeah, why would we? To us Danans, they were just enemies we needed to overthrow. Nothing more.
And now we wish we knew their history.
I know. But seeing Renans in their own city, going about their day-to-day lives, it gets you thinking.
Gets you thinking of what those weird-ass lord-looking bastards who looked like walking around town. Every single one of them looked so much fucking weirder than just a general NPC.
It feels strange to imagine the lords living here too, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, a little.
If you're that curious about them, why not try inquiring with some of the locals? Every lord in their household has their share of supporters here on Lenegis. And luckily for us, the people here are unaware of the events on Dana, which means they should be more inclined to talk to us.
Star Quest, Renans and their lords. Oh, was this not, did I, like, progress forward? I thought,
I
okay.
didn't realize Renans oppressed their own kind, too.
And yet, weirdly,
maybe the
none
skip
of them
didn't
seem
happen?
to mind. Am I the only one who finds that strange?
It is the way things have always been, so no one thinks to question it. You have experience in that regard yourself, do you not?
True.
Unquestioning acceptance of your own servitude. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Even so, the quality of life here seems much higher than any Danon city we visited. I used to think it was impossible to build an ideal society without wealth. But I suppose having it doesn't always mean people are treated fairly either.
More to the point, not a single citizen seems to have even heard of the Red Woman.
What if she's not here? What if it turns out we're looking in the wrong place entirely?
Well,
It's
we
still
wasted
too
our
early
time.
to say anything for sure.
For all we know, she might be able to blend in, move around unnoticed. I say we hold off judgment until we've exhausted every avenue.
Yeah. The art of conversation.
Tell me, Dohalim, has that skill of yours got a name?
And what skill would this be, pray tell?
Yeah, well,
You know, when you're talking to people around town. The way they suddenly become putty in your hands.
I'm afraid I don't quite follow.
I turned them into people
I do.
putty.
It's called friendly intimidation. Look imposing and speak in a deep, booming voice, and presto, you'll have people wrapped around your finger in no time.
I
I
don't
would
think
never stoop to
Dohim's
such
voice
scandalous
is
tricks.
deep
Any
booming.
feelings of intimidation are solely in the eye of the beholder.
Makes me wonder what
So there
Dohim's
is a
Japanese
knack
voice
to
actually
it.
sounds like.
How do you learn it? Can anyone do it?
Now you've got me curious. Is there special training to master?
Training?
Let's see. An obsession with being elegant is a must. Oh, and it helps to be old-fashioned, too. Bonus points if you speak in a way no one can understand.
If you've a bone to pick with me, it'd be quicker to just come out and
Oh,
say
this
it.
passive-aggressive
What?
bullshit.
They look up to you, that's all. I'm just helping them along.
Hey! What's got into Alvin and Law all of a sudden?
I can barely understand a word they're saying. And what's with the weird poses? Was it something they ate?
I hope you're willing to take the blame for this one.
That's great. That's
I
funny.
wasn't expecting them to take me so seriously. I'll go and have a word with them.
I like how you can just imagine Law and Alpin are now just going around JoJo posing while talking to people. So would scream at me with the Mickey Mouse voice, I'd be way more scared. Get over here, bitch! Tell me what I want to know! Don't make me go get the knife! I'm gonna give you a new mouth to breathe out of! And it's gonna be in the middle of your fucking chest! Now tell me what I want to know! This is the House of Mouse, bitch! If you mention Bugs Bunny one more fucking time... One more time! I know which lord I support. Why? Are you out canvassing for someone? I'm with His Excellency, Wolseley Tildilis. You probably know him better as Lord Balsam. I know a lot of people consider him to be a giant brute. Believe me, I realize he can be an aggressive man. What those people don't realize is how much he looks after the members of his house. Fair to say that House Teldeles doesn't enjoy much esteem. Those of us who serve it will be the first to admit that. But His Excellency always stands up against any who would mean us harm. Of that we can be sure. His efforts in the crown contest aren't only for his family, but to improve the standing of each and every member of his house. I owe so much to His Excellency, I could never dream of serving any other lord. Well, he's dead. Bitch. Also, I can...
Balsef had it in him to care about someone other than himself? Really?
Also, I can see why
It's
Balsef changed his name.
A change in position can do much to alter one's perspective.
So even he might have had something he wanted to protect.
And then he became a raging racist that was fine with his slaves dying in the heat. Yay! Yo, what's up? Lord Delahim, you have returned. And I see you have brought aids with you. Do you remember who I am, my lord? Surely you must, yes. Not only do I support House Ilkaros, but more specifically his lordship personally. So much so I've been trying to share my appreciation of his lordship to any who will listen. In fact, I was planning to publish my extensive writings on the subject through this very terminal for all to read and enjoy. But since the lines appear to be cut due to the recent tumults, I've been unable to upload them. My fanfic. My Elfin X Dolheim fanfic. I know, since you're all here, I'll just read them aloud. There exists a most handsome man, a man who radiates beauty, whose every word, every syllable is divine poetry. He hails from the famed house Ilkaras, and his name, Lord Dohalim. Music is his passion, the arts his great love. The scores of boorish, uncouth men of this land cannot begin to compare to his magnificence. So refined and majestic is his posture, why the mere thought of it brings me to ecstasy. Once he becomes our sovereign, Rena shall bloom anew, ushering in an era of prosperity for our grand civilization. Until that glorious day comes, I shall forever be praying for his victory, morning, noon, and night. Well, what do you think, my lord? I poured my whole heart into it, hoping to capture your essence. Wait, I forgot to mention anything about his lordship's love for collecting things. I must take this time while the lines are down to append it. Only then will my masterpiece be complete. Got an intense fangirl.
I guess she intended to spread it throughout all of Lenegis then.
Good thing the lines were down so she couldn't.
It almost sounded like she was praising them too.
Maybe there was more to the guy than at first glance.
I shall refrain from commenting.
I like how they act as though they weren't complimenting the party member. Huh? Where am I? I just went for a walk, but now I don't know where I am. I don't know. Everything's falling apart and looks completely different. We can't go home, mother and father either. You have nothing to fear, kids. I'm sure there's a reason for everything that's going on. But even the Zoogles are running loose. That seems dangerous. Zoogles are nothing more than our servants. They may have gone now, but I assure you, I'll have them back under control before long. You kids consider yourself to be proud runnins, then be brave. We'll have the situation fixed before you know it. I'm sorry, kids, but your parents are dead. Yeah, time to run over here and jump at you. Yeah, what's up? Did you like my flying knee? My falcon knee? Hell, I never. But I think anyone would try to tear me away from House of Valkyries. What? What do you want? Don't tell me you work for Lord Dohalim or that dreadful Lord Almadria, do you? You don't? Well, don't scare me like that. To answer your question, I come from a family that has served House of Valkyries for generations. Indeed, I'm doing all I can to support Lord Ganabelt behind the scenes so that he might emerge victorious. Many think him to be a cruel man, but I insist they're utterly mistaken. Though I won't deny he can be strict, he puts Rena's interests front and center like no one else. Why, he advocates that rather than stay confined to Lenegis, we should get on with colonizing Dana and expand our horizons. That way, we'll become masters of both worlds and overturn our current minority status on Dana's surface. That is why he seeks to become our next sovereign. Tell me, is there a greater, more noble ambition than that? I think not. It is a pursuit of power for the advancement of all our kind. It is what makes him an exemplary lord, a model above all others. Though I was unable to accompany him myself, my two sons have been blessed with the honor of joining him on the surface. As their father, it fills me with endless pride. Your son's probably dead.
Ganabelt was so horrible to people, yet he was invested in helping Rena succeed. Doesn't that seem just a little inconsistent?
I'm perhaps biased in this matter, I admit. However, in my mind, while all lords vie to become the next sovereign, they're also meant to serve as guardians of all of Rena.
It seems like Ganabelt also had people he cared about until the very end.
So why couldn't he extend that to us Danans?
Because he was a dick. Residential, wait. Take off departure area. Yeah. Okay, I need to go back because that might be a quest. But no, I guess it probably procced once I got in here. Take off departure area. I like how they treat it like a normal door. He moves his hands to open it, and then it proceeds to be like a digital door or a, like a automatic door. Oh, okay. I need to go back because that might be a quest. No, I guess it probably procced once I got in here. I like how they treat it like a normal door. He moves his hands to open it, and then it proceeds to be like a digital door or like a automatic door. Oh, okay. I need to go back because that might be a quest. No, I guess it probably procced once I got in here. I like how they treat it like a normal door. He moves his hands to open it, and then it proceeds to be like a digital door or a, like a automatic door. Oh, okay, so interesting. Okay. So that's not an exclamation point for the sake of quest, that's an exclamation point for the sake of, hey, you can interact with this. Good to know. Okay. Luckily, our running speed is pretty quick, and it does not take long to get across these areas. Thank you, Arise, for having a run button instead of wind sprint. Bleh. Okay. Going through. Yeah, today was a pretty good day. Woke up, did my Japanese, finished reading the first Lord of the Rings book.
Badly damaged as the other district we went through.
Got the second
Indeed.
one.
The effects of Lenegus's
Got my
transformation
haircut.
appear to be less pronounced here.
Or all of them
Or,
cut at the very
viewed
least.
another way, this area was simply luckier.
And went and got some Chinese food for lunch. It's all takeout, so I still have some up left in my fridge. That's good.
Pardon me.
This area falls under the sole jurisdiction of House Caterus. I must ask you to depart at once. Surely you don't claim to be ignorant of our famed house ruler over by the esteemed Lord Almadria. So if so, I urge you to listen well. In fact, I bid you listen carefully regardless. Have you ever noticed how in the whole history of Lenegus, only a few women lords have emerged to compete in the crown contest? Yeah. Many have theories as to why this might be, but Lord Almadria quashed the doubts of any naysayers through sheer might. In fact, not only did she usurp her father and previous family master, she also removed her older brother to claim the seat for herself. She is a woman who stops at nothing to get what she wants, who gives her enemies nary the slightest opening to strike. Truly, Lord Almadria is a woman of talent. No one in all of Rena better exemplifies the virtues of our nation's meritocracy. Soon the age of a glorious woman sovereign reigning over Lenegis shall be upon us at last. You don't know that she is dead.
I guess your willingness to stoop to any low came from a survival of the fittest worldview.
And some people here not only shared her belief, but championed it as morally right too.
That doesn't make it true. Too bad they couldn't see through her.
Yeah.
She is dead. Hee hoo. Hee hee. Ha 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 ha. Good, the Zoogers are caught. They have nowhere to run now. Okay. What's happening? Oh god, there wasn't a decree or anything to announce this like there always is. You're right, even if it was an accident, it's strange that we still haven't heard anything from the Sovereign yet. When you see me, you're saying that you don't trust what the Sovereign is doing. How do you know that I was part of the delegation that came down with him to Dana during the previous crown contest? He was a brilliant man and just as good with Astro Arts as well. I'm sure he's well aware of the situation and thus has a plan to resolve it. Till then, we must simply wait and trust in his judgment. Amazing how those of us with only weak arts can still do this when we all come together. Wow, we're working together. Keep it up, team. We'll have these pests taken care of in no time. Okay. Remember the Abacassa, or do you find a route out of here and to the neighboring district? Please no, you can't expect an old man such as me to do that, not when there's Zoogles running loose in that part of town. That's exactly why I need you to do this. Surely you don't intend to defy me now, do you? Right. The residential quarter is completely ruined. The roads are a mess and we can't get any power. The info terminals have gone dead too. We can't get in contact with any of our fellow remnants on the ground in Donna. I wonder if the Sovereign's aware of what's going on.
Ridiculous.
How lonesome. I was just reading about Volround. Can I help you?
Okay.
I was always an ardent supporter of Lord Uwagil Hildress myself. Were it not for his sudden death down on the surface, I likely still would be. In my eyes, Lord Uwagil is the true Water Lord. I don't believe for a second that he perished in some accident like they say. As for how Volron runs Ganatheros, don't get me started. I hear he enslaves not only Danans, but even his fellow Renans. We may live in a society where to the victor go the spoils, but his actions go against what we as a people stand for. Besides, just what sort of family line is this House Ignaceri of his anyway? I'd never heard of it until he came along, which means they must be among the lowest dregs of society. That such an ignoble lineage could suddenly produce an astral artist capable of ascending to lordship is unheard of. None of it makes any sense. Not to mention all the upheaval around here of late. What's happening to our people?
They're getting their
Seems like the
comeuppance.
people on Lenegis don't really know much about Volron either.
I remember being quite surprised when the Lord of Ganath Harros changed so abruptly.
Didn't you have any doubts that something suspicious was going on?
On the contrary, remember, we Renans are raised to accept everything at face value.
When you think about it, the families of Renan lords must see them differently than the rest of us.
Yeah, despite the brutality they're known for.
They must have had a lot on their shoulders, carrying all the weight and responsibilities of Renan society.
Renans live in a world where strength and power determine their position in the social hierarchy, so they tend to grow up fiercely competitive. But their loyalty to their people is also strong. It's what brings them together against outside forces, and nothing exemplifies that more than the Lords.
That's what makes
What
them
is
the
the outside
guardians of all
force?
of Rena, so to speak.
Right. It's the same reason Balsif hated my guts, and Ganabelt went after you. Because we're threats to Rena.
Guess that makes you an even bigger oddball than we thought.
So, Alphen, have you gained anything from all of this?
Not gonna talk to Law.
I think it's made me realize that the lords were all people, too.
And we killed them because they were bad people.
Balsif and the others, they all had their own circumstances to deal with as they went through life.
Doesn't
yeah,
excuse
but still,
them.
just because they had loved ones in their lives doesn't mean...
I know. What they did was horrible. I'm not trying to dispute that.
Good.
But at the same time, they weren't incomprehensible monsters either. They were individuals, just like the rest
Not
of us.
incomprehensible,
So I
still
guess
monsters.
What I'm trying to say is,
You're saying that they weren't bad because they were Renans, or because they were terrible monsters. Even if they did terrible things, they were still just people.
Rinwell.
Am I wrong?
not at all.
You're right.
Being a Danon doesn't make you a good person. And being a Renan doesn't make you a bad one. I think that's something we've all seen.
Yokoso watashi no
Shion and
soul
Dole
society.
definitely make a good case for it.
And I'm
Welcome
going
to
to
my
keep
soul
doing my best to
society.
make sure I earn that trust. As a fellow human being above all else.
How's it going, Sleeper? Renans and their lords. Wow, all that for get 220. That's free. That's fucking free, dude. That's free 99. Okay, get me super swallow dance. Get KO prevention. Okay, so now do I want to go resistance, penetration, faster AG recovery, mid-air damage, or increase down, AG upon enemy defeat, AG from crit hits. Let's get faster AG recovery. Boost gauge for enemy downs, perfect evade, guarding, and all that other fun stuff. Grow pig. Okay. Yeah, you're still working. Someone based off of Gord Weissman for sure. I mean, see, I would like to say yes, but you also can't just assume that every Japanese creator has played every JRPG, right? Right, like, what is it, Tite Kubo or Tite Kubo or whatever, however it's pronounced. Kubo, the manga artist. Right.
There's something
You
I
may
just
never
don't
even
get.
heard of Falcon.
What is it?
It's possible.
The crown contest itself has always gone ahead as planned, right? In which case, the current sovereign of Rena should be whoever it was that won the previous contest.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, who was it then?
Who won?
Hanfried Milgras, the former lord of Cislodia, if memory serves.
So then this
So much light.
Whatchamacallem, he's the current ruler of Rena?
The
Whatchamacallit.
last I heard, yes. Though, admittedly, I haven't actually seen him since the end of the previous contest.
You're saying that ever since becoming sovereign, he's never actually shown himself on Lenegus?
That's
I
interesting.
guess over holocom maybe, but not in the flesh. Same thing goes for the sovereign that came before him.
Now that you mention it, I don't recall anyone ever visiting Lenegus from the motherland, sovereign or otherwise.
Yeah.
And that never struck you as a little bit odd?
When you live here, it's as if you're
So
conditioned
they are-
not
they-
to
they
notice
are
all
very
these
similar.
strange quirks and discrepancies.
Like 100%.
The question is then, by whom? And to what end?
A new Renis Alma is supposedly created to coincide with every crown contest. meaning each victor is awarded their very own.
Okay, so you can.
In
have
other
multiple.
words, if that's true, there should be as many of the things out there as there have been contests.
True, but going on what we witnessed in Pelagian, it didn't look like the sort of thing that could be made to order. But if even the victor's speeches have been part of some grand deception, then where are they? Quite frankly, I'm not even sure what to believe anymore.
I wonder if it's like the
You and me both.
sovereign is
Though
made
we are
into
Renan by blood.
a Renaissance.
Neither of us even knew that such a thing as a Dark Master Core existed, remember?
With any luck, the Forbidden Zone might give us some answers.
No use standing around here chatting about it then. Let's get a move on.
Sabaka messes with your senses. Why is it messing with your senses? Yeah, but it's not necessarily his Weissman's. Like, Weissman has the skills to mess with your things. I mean, like, I would say of Weissman's powers, his is the big one is fucking making it so you can't move, right? Like that's the big one, along with mind control
Doe?
or slash
Varia.
Varia?
hypnosis.
Isn't that the person
Nice
that
passive
Alakir guy
aircraft.
was...
But why are you here? Wait. Don't tell me you've given up on the crown contest and come crawling back home from Dana already.
Hi, Kasumi. But there was
Nothing to say?
1,000.
Even though you were willing to kill Tarnigan to secure your position as Lord, you still... Kill?
I'm here to take care of something. If you wish to continue this conversation, I only ask that you wait until I'm finished.
Oh, of course. You always did prefer to take the coward's way out. Even after 7 years and living on that Danon rock, you haven't changed one bit. But let me tell you, I haven't changed either. Not a day's gone by the past 7 years that I haven't hated you.
If killing me will bring you peace, then so be it.
Dohalim, what the hell are you saying?
First, I have business to take care of. If it's vengeance you seek, I will grant you it. But you must wait. My sins are legion. Let me finish what I came to do. Then you have my word. I will let you do whatever brings you peace.
Sure, that's it. Run away like always. You don't even have the courage to die. No wonder you leave it to someone else. You're just a coward!
By emotional backstory. Oh, hello there. That's terrifying. Who wants to bet we fight that bitch as a boss somehow? Also, we saw his backstory. That friend
Dohalim.
was fucking outclassed and still kept
I
trying to fight.
apologize that you had to witness that.
Wasn't Dohalim. Don't think it was his
Is it
fault.
true? What she said about you killing someone?
Each of us have our pasts. I am no exception.
Before, back in Menancia, you mentioned having taken a friend's life over the throne. Is that what she meant?
The mistakes I made there were not my first, and may not be my last. I will say no more.
Did you mean what you said? About letting her take your life if she wanted to?
If she wants.
She has more right to my life than anyone.
But you can't just...
Whatever happens, I have sworn to put an end to the crown contest, and to ensure continued coexistence in Menancia. I have no intention of expiring before I do so. There are far too many questions I still seek answers to. Besides, you have just as much reason to kill me as she does.
Dohalim!
Dohalim, what the fuck, bro?
Forgive me.
We none of us want to kill
Some
you.
things are best left unsaid.
It's always a line that's always said after you say something that shouldn't have been said. Hey, Stevie. Good evening. Good evening. See, in my head, I'm like, it's not evening, and then I look down and it's 3:37 p.m. and I'm like, oh, that's still not evening. And then I remember, oh wait, I'm in New England. Give it 30 minutes to an hour, and it's gonna be fucking pitch black out. It's gonna be so great. Now, I don't mind it when like it gets dark early. It just sucks that when I leave work, I have to drive home and it's night. That's all I would say kind of sucks about it. That's the worst part. I'm in the real England. Whoa. No need to say real. No need to imply fake. You can say, you know, original England. You can say old England, ye old England, but the real England? Come on. Don't rag on us. We have Boston cream donuts. It's fucking, it's awesome. I jest. But hope you're doing well. Thanks for dropping by. The ping pen in bad shape. Who knows how many people have died. What happened to the Zoogles? Don't tell me they broke out. Oh, luckily we were able to seal them off before they got too far. Not that it does much good when they've escaped in other districts too. If I had to guess, I'd say there are a lot of Zoogles running loose throughout Lennigus. There are a lot more of them than us too. What are we gonna do? All our best soldiers are stationed down in Donna. It's a good thing that we know how to fight. This new Coke or Pepsi Blue New England thing we created this franchise. Don't ask how the American franchise is going either. It's not great.
Must be some sort of rest and leisure area for the
Not
locals.
great.
You think? Man, these Renan sure know how to live it up, don't they?
Is something the matter, Dohalim?
Yeah.
Before I went down to Dana, my friends and I, we used to gather at this very spot and play music together.
Like a bunch of fucking nerds.
Avakir, Faria, and Tarnagan. That was a lifetime ago now.
Like 3 years.
Tarnagan. He was the one that Faria mentioned, right?
He's dead.
He was once my dearest, closest friend. As well as Faria's betrothed.
He was a dumb bitch.
Despite Faria's lower class upbringing, she possesses a tremendous talent for music. Entranced by her playing, I helped her overcome her sense of inferiority and introduced her to Tarnagan and Avakir. It was a time of great joy. 4 people bound only by their love of music, with no care for social standing. Only the next song, the next melody.
It was beautiful. We were all friends. It was so nice.
A friendship based on mutual respect, and a society where everyone is a prisoner to their social class. You really are different, Dohalim.
And then you killed one of
I
your
suppose
friends.
It's natural you would see it as strange.
I would have, once.
But now I don't care, because I
No.
love it,
I
don't you?
think the idea of breaking away from society's constraints and choosing your friends based solely on affection is something beautiful that's worth cherishing. Besides, it was that way of looking at the world that laid the foundations for coexistence in Menancia.
Your praise does me too great an honor. I was merely following the wishes of my own heart. And even then, it only lasted until the crown contest began. After that, Tarnagan and I became fierce competitors for the position of Lord. Tarnagan had fallen for Faria. By becoming Lord, he aimed to wrest her from her humble origins and raise her to the highest echelons of society. But fate was not so benevolent.
What happened?
Tarnagan was no match for me in combat. On a level playing field, he wouldn't have stood a chance. But he was desperate and low on options, and he couldn't stand the thought of defeat.
He was a dumb little bitch.
You mean he resorted to dirty tactics to try to win, right? But then why does Faria think... Wait. Don't tell me she doesn't know.
Of course she doesn't know.
How could I tell her? Combined with the trauma of losing her beloved, and by her friend's hand, no less, she would have been devastated.
So instead you let her go on hating you, so she could use that hate as a crutch for her grief?
That's not
ever
the
played
same
Death
as running
Stranding?
away,
I'm a
though.
bit
It is
stuck.
exactly
I just
the
need to
same.
walk around a bit, but
Unable to
not sure
face the
what to
loss
do.
of my friend and
Never
the
played
burden of my
myself.
duty, Instead, I decried my fate and looked away from what I'd done.
I watched some people play
As
it,
for what happened after,
but it's been a long time,
That
so,
you already know.
so I don't think I could help you, bud. Sorry.
But if you hadn't become Lord, Menancia wouldn't be what it is now. The Danans there would still be suffering under Renan oppression like before.
Shion's right. What other lord would have treated me as you did? Anyone else and I would have been dead long ago. You've saved so many people, Dohalim.
Pretty cool.
You saved me. It's thanks to you that I'm here today. So, try not to blame yourself. The burden you've placed on your own shoulders is too much for anyone to bear.
frank as always. But I shall do my best to heed your advice.
She's not Frank, she's Kisara. And that's Shion.
Do you think he'll be all right?
He'll be fine.
Yeah, I think so. He's got Kisara.
It's important to have someone like that.
I didn't realize how difficult it is just to be there for someone.
Sometimes just knowing someone's on your side can be enough. And he knows, Shion. I promise he does.
We are all there.
I hope you're right.
For each other. As a found family.
Alphen,
Yeah?
I never appreciated until recently just how much you were always there to support me.
It goes both ways. You've helped me keep going more times than I can count.
Maybe, but I still wanted to say thank you.
Oh, she's nice now. Things don't calm down soon. Don't you think we should board a starship so we can evacuate? We can't! We need to have the Sovereign's permission to enter a starship for anything other than the crown contest. Well, where's the Sovereign? Why isn't he here to lead us in our time of need? Because he's dead. Probably.
I see a medic and supply officer over there. If they know you're with me, they'll likely offer their assistance.
Yeah, let me buy shit. Do my see me as my shop been blessed with Lord Dohalim and his servants? Is there anything I can help you with, my lord? Buy items. Pineapple. No, we're good. Yeah, I don't want to spend too much money right now. That is better, decently. I'll buy this for Shion just because I use her in the party. But other than that, I'd say I'm good. Ranch. Okay, horse. And a sheep. There you go. Great accessory. Oh no. Still can't make the one that I need for Shion's thing. Forge weapon. Any new forge weapons? Ooh, yes. Good. Okay, so I can make Gladius Ren. Sword made with Langus' technology. Cutting edge Ren technology was used while developing it to feel good to hold in anybody's hand. Let's make that. Jesus Christ, this is just a fucking cannon. Famous cannon that belonged to a man thought to be immortal. Most who try to fight it themselves are bound to be blown back by the recoil. Okay. Yeah, we'll take that. Ooh, see the big thing. Okay, still, okay, don't have to, I can hold back on at least a couple more. Can save my money. Let's also, materials. I wish. How is it sorted? Apple, mushroom, pork, wheat, apple. Can you? I wish it told me how it was sorting. Because I would like to sort it by things I have the most of. Just because if I don't need a whole lot of the thing, then it might be best to just make sure that I'm sitting pretty with money by selling some of my extra stuff. Not that I'm making a whole bunch of money, but I mean, it's better to have an abundance of money than a shortage. There we go. I thought of the word
Have
eventually.
you guys checked your equipment lately?
No, I haven't, but hey, that's fine. Okay. Let's go. I presume we are now entering the combat area, hence why they gave us that. Okay. Yep.
Damn it. Lenegis soldiers.
You guys are all
Any way we
gold.
can avoid fighting them?
That all depends on them. Whatever happens, be ready.
That all depends on them immediately into fight.
Much for them not wanting to fight.
Oh, I am Lord Dohalim of Elden Menencia. I command you.
The rest of the city must be erased.
No. Have they been brainwashed too?
Brainwashed or not, if they want to fight, they got one. It's almost too strong. Be my guest. Dazzle. Here I come. Take this.
I can carve through armor.
Dude,
You're mine. We're not winning.
Go.
Say no more.
Here.
My turn. No escape. Be still.
Yeah, with all my AG now, I can keep people in the sky for so fucking long. Like, I can keep them in the air so long that they are just off screen.
A wailing banshee of lightning.
They are off screen for more time
Those
than they are
soldiers
on
seem
it.
different from the citizens we've come across so far.
They were
Yeah,
actual Renans,
They weren't
probably.
big talkers, that's for sure. They just attacked without warning.
They weren't in
Yeah.
the least bit fazed by Dohalim's presence either.
Indeed. They seem to recognize us as enemies, nothing more. And yet, traditionally, Lenegis hasn't been high on threats. A few frenzied Zeugles during experiments here and there, but not much else.
Their glazed-over eyes reminded me of the soldiers and slaves we met back in Ganath
You see their eyes
the ones in blind devotion to Volron.
underneath those
I've
helmets.
never seen anything like
Impressive.
that here on Lenegis before.
Maybe someone doesn't want us here, and the soldiers are their way of letting us know.
What with the Red Woman, the Sovereign, and Volron, we're starting to develop quite the growing list of adversaries. At least we'll know to keep our wits about us.
Okay. Dang. Look at all. Jesus. That's a lot of combo points. Okay, we need to go out this way first because it is a dead end. Good. Rape gel. We like to see. Yeah, one fight getting us to combo 3. That's very nice. Ooh, we got some fucking radioactive Zeugles. That's fun.
I can't get out of this! Dust to dust! Raining flash! Blew away! Eagle thought! Raining flash! Talon hurricane! Burn in hell! Dazzle! Oh!
Now I'm real mad.
Be still! Raining flash! Leave the ensnaring to me.
Go.
I'll crush you!
Oh, he's gonna put me on the ground now.
Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Nice.
The water
Be still!
Damn it.
Raining the earth throbs in pain.
Good. Fine.
Am I on a roll or
Well,
SP-37.
look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
That's nice. Force Mantis.
Hi, Hoodle. Glacial spear. Here,
Try harder! Talon sword! Raining flash!
Forgot that.
I think I'll pass
charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop.
The waters have created
I can carve through. I'm just getting
That'll
started.
bring you down.
Sleep now.
all mine. I'm on it.
More for the south. Here's a healing art. First aid.
So many.
Try harder! Not a
I can do this all day.
I'm not done!
So many AG points. Just looking at the bar. It's a good problem to have.
Try harder! You're mine!
Back into the fray. Tidal wave.
Blue
Hurry,
wave.
Magic is
Here
the
and now!
Will this help?
Void blast!
It was nice while it lasted.
Nothing gets by me.
Raining slash! I'll burn it all!
Still have yet to get the. Oh, is this?
Flaming pillar!
Yes,
Fire!
good. Flaming pillar pyre, but this is blazing.
Here's a healing art. Raging cascade. First aid.
Now I'm in the groove.
Glacial spear. Here's the evil.
Shattering of pieces.
Incineration wave! Here I
Freeze
come!
lancer.
Lightning thrust!
Will this help? Saving this one.
Armor won't save. Now I'm in the groove.
Healing circle. Talon
I owe you one.
Lunar corruption.
Raining
Things come to an end.
Will they come and
Blue
get it?
wave! Struck!
Away. Lightning. Healing circle. Do it.
Raining slash! River!
Astral energy.
Say no more!
Nicely done.
Okay. Anti-claw, dominal thing. Jesus
Right.
Christ.
Here goes! Engaging!
Yeah, we'll put some.
Where are you going? You think that shield will save you?
I see what happened! Here I come! I'm not done!
Glacial spear.
Oh.
Now. Astral
Okay,
energy.
now we get this, and then we do the fort.
Here I go. In the wind.
Now you see what I can do.
This ends
That.
Consider yourself finished! No!
Fort.
now.
That was a good combo. Usually it's hard to go from raining slash into an aerial,
I
but
wonder if we can make new weapons.
I think
with
it's
this.
because he was on the back wall that it helped.
Gotta break through! Now you'll learn!
Illuminate the radiant here. Holy glimmer.
Blue away! Raining slash!
Honestly, having these like radioactive enemies, like that be the appearance of the Lenegus enemy type, is pretty cool. Like, I am a fan.
I'm just getting started.
Do you require a hand?
There you go.
Look sharp!
Good combo.
Lightning tiger blade! Now! Take this!
Roll now.
Healing circle. If it's in the sky,
Demon Fang!
come and get it.
Good.
Let's keep our eyes on the.
Also, let me check one thing. I really do just have her only doing casts, which I do think is probably better than having her try to do not casts. But at the same time, I'm like, I could. There we go, put those on. Just realizing it's like, okay, there are certain things I turned off because I was like, oh, I need to turn them off for the sake of
Fries.
I need to turn them off for the sake of when I was playing and trying to have them do like
Those soldiers
arena stuff correctly.
don't seem
but-
to have any qualms about attacking on sight.
Is someone making them stand guard over the Forbidden Zone?
Oh no, doesn't really matter though.
No backing down.
Raining slash! Take this! Strike!
Can't get out of this.
Raining
As
slash!
if the normal creepy crawlies aren't disgusting enough.
Blue away! Raining slash!
Roll now.
I'll be saving this one. Here I go.
Raining slash!
Holy land.
Incineration wave!
Now I'm
Take
in the
this!
A
Go.
Take this! Lightning thrust! No further! Void blast! This isn't looking good! Not a chance! I'm not done! I'll finish you. Time to let it rip! Blew away! Double demon fang! What's this? Raining lightning! Blew away!
Oh yeah. You dark, so you're probably weak to that.
Raven silence! Yours will be let free! This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
Look at this thing.
I'll leave it to you! I'll finish you here and now! Blew away!
Do it!
Raining smoke!
Go.
Look sharp!
This thing's hitbox is very harsh.
Let's keep our eyes on
And
the
chances
prize.
are this enemy is meant to kind of teach you, hey, you can go back and do that other big Zoogle now. Like, you are now strong enough. Which is pretty cool. Still working on that. Boost gauge for enemy downs. You also got defense up. Spear sweep, normal attack limit. This is that ultimate ingredient. Mr. Crest. AG, reduced casting during combo. You know what? Let's go for Art Casting Resilience. I think that, or, you know, we'll start you with mid-air damage. I think that will be overall a good thing for you. Okay.
Little help!
In a bind? You require help?
Go.
You picked the wrong fight!
It's like trying to keep up with a wall!
Incineration wave! Eagle take this! I'll finish you here and now! Double demon fang!
Mine!
Be still! Soaring light spear! Void blast!
Waterfall! In
Oh,
here!
this! Now I'm real mad!
Into the sun! I'll be saving
Swallow
this
dance!
The waters of magic!
Ignite!
Annihilation! Hear me! Sleep now! Burning!
Raining
I'll be
blast!
saving this
I'll
one!
finish you here and now! I'll
Yep.
crush you! Lightning
Ooh,
reflexes!
he's got, oh yeah, because it's thundery tempest, so it's light. So him having a light Mystic Art actually is going to help
This should
around
make for
here
some good weapon
quite a
crafting
bit.
material.
Okay. Also, Red Sage, max HP, 100. You know, I'm gonna give it to Alphen, if only because he uses his HP as a combat resource. Come on, keep the combo going. There we go. Okay.
Let me have him go! Not in your dreams!
Eat that! Strike!
Hit!
Let me see what I can do! I'm going in! Take this!
Power of
Strike!
No.
Prepare to be seen!
Come forth!
Strike!
Between heaven
No
and earth!
further!
Now!
Eat that! Look
That.
sharp! Lightning tiger blade!
I'll probably struggle!
I'm not done! I owe you one!
Take it!
Blew away!
Getting
Strike!
started! Cyclone!
Blew away! Void blast! Strike!
Between heaven and earth!
Astro Art?
That's my cue!
Shut him down! Blew away! I'll burn it all!
Okay. Nice.
Flaming pillar!
It's a very cool Mystic Art.
A chain between heaven and earth! Here! A whirling disc of lightning!
You're up in the sky.
I'm only getting
Here I come! Thrust!
now!
Totally! In an instant!
That.
Impact cross!
Good.
Let's refrain from
They don't even have a chance. Okay. They are dropping grape gels. Wait. Pretty good. So that tells me kind of the heal level that you're supposed to be at. Oh yeah, you're supposed to be healing by 2,800. Makes sense,
Right,
given
here goes!
Okay, take you out. Just keep them going. This. Good.
Consider yourself finished.
Keep the combo going.
I'll crush you!
Timber's clawing.
Lightning reflexes!
It's better kill. Yep.
Commander of Heavens, Phoenix Cyclone.
That was almost like a perfect chain from
Let's keep our eyes on the
one
prize.
one kill to another kill to another kill until I was forcibly removed from it due to Law having really thundery, tenebrous-y claws. He just loves his thundery, tenebrous claws. His thundery, dark claws. Okay, what's going on here? Gonna be a big old fight, hopefully. Now they have a full
This
combo.
must be it. The entrance to the Forbidden Zone.
But it's just a wall. How do we get through?
Oh, it's like the chalk
Whoa,
zone.
I thought this was Sovereigns only.
Alphen.
Alphen, do a thing, please. I believe in you. Do something to prove that you are, in fact, a sovereign. I'm 7. Do something.
Yes!
That was a cool sound effect.
Interesting.
Sound like the audio is fucking
If
up, but
Alphen's
I think
presence
it
still opens
wasn't.
the way. It would seem the Sovereign of 3 centuries ago and now are considered one and the same.
My nose.
What?
My
What the?
my dusty nose. Oh, I can see the
Alphen.
past. Hello.
You again.
Tomorrow's the spirit channeling ceremony. We'll finally play our parts as the Sovereign and Maiden. How have you been feeling?
What am I sovereign of? Shuffled from lab to lab, always treated like an experiment. Whenever they look at me, all they see is a Danon. I don't even know what their precious ceremony's for, let alone what they're going to force me to do as the Sovereign. Tell me, if we're both in the same boat, why do you seem so calm right now?
No choice. Becoming the Maiden's not something I wanted for myself. But they said Rena's prosperity depended on it. How could I say no after that?
Still, as a Renan, at least you got to decide. Good for you. Meanwhile, I was taken from my homeland. You aren't the captive one here.
It isn't right what they did to you, and I'm sorry for what it's worth. When this is over, I swear I'll help you get home.
Which she did.
I can't do this alone. One more day.
How could I say no to that? It's not like I have any choice in the matter anyway.
Even if I said no, I'm still here for tomorrow.
What's your name?
It's Naori.
Oh.
Naori Imaris. Try to remember this time.
You don't
We
act
only
like
got
that.
her name the
Like the
day
other
before
Renans, I mean.
everything went down.
How come you treat me like a person?
Because you are. It's true we come from different worlds. But neither one of us asked to be here right now. In that sense, you and I are much the same. We couldn't do this. We wouldn't be able to talk to each other as people. if we didn't see the humanity in each other? So I suppose the question you should be asking is, why wouldn't I treat you like one?
You're not like the others.
Maybe they're not like me.
That is
Here's
very
what
much
we'll
a
do.
same difference kind of thing.
We give them their damn ceremony. You get me to Dana. That'll be the end of it. I'm taking you at your word on this. I'm trusting you, not them. Naori.
You look so much like Shion.
What the hell just happened?
That vision.
Collective vision.
Did everyone else see it too?
That person Alphen was speaking to, she looked exactly like Shion.
It was Naori. Naori Imeris. Isn't that right?
Yeah, that's right.
She really does look like Shion. I'm beginning to see why Alphen was so confused.
Yeah.
That's all very well and fine, but what did we just witness exactly? It was too real to be a mere hallucination.
It was a blast
It
to
was
the
a
past, that's
conversation
what.
we had 300 years ago. The night before the ceremony.
You mean all of that really happened? We just saw an episode straight out of your past?
But how is that even possible? Unless... Could this be the Red Woman's handiwork too?
No, I don't think so.
Why not?
You guys didn't feel it? The moment the entrance opened, it was like a stream of Danon astral energy rushing over us.
I felt it too. And not for the first time either. It was the same sensation as back inside the wedge.
That would make sense. After all, vast amounts of Dana's astral energy were being siphoned and sent up here to Lenegis. For all we know, perhaps we're close to the spot where all that energy was stored.
So you think it might have been the energy itself that was responsible for that vision we just saw? But how? And why?
We have no way of knowing. Maybe it's not even as deliberate as all that.
Shion, you okay?
Yeah. It was all just a little sudden. That's all. So that was my ancestor, huh? It was like looking into a mirror.
Yeah, there certainly is a resemblance.
What about you? How are you holding up?
Me?
Even putting aside the question of where that vision came from, it's likely we'll see more of those. Reliving painful episodes from your past. Do you think you can handle it?
I can't just pretend like the past never happened. Besides, if it helps us uncover the truth of what that ceremony really was, it might also lead to answers about your thorns.
Alphen.
Alphen.
That's not all. This whole time, we've been fighting to free Dana from the Renans. But now that we're here, it seems those same Renans might have it just as bad.
So we need to free
I'd like
them
to liberate
from
them
themselves.
too if I can.
Yeah.
Which is just another reason I can't afford to shield my eyes from the truth.
Whether you're on Dana or somewhere else, you always stay the same. Your indignation and righteous passion, your desire to free and protect, they're all hardwired into you. Not that I'm complaining. Come on, let's bust this thing wide open.
Yeah.
Nobody's here.
Stay sharp. After that last illusion, there's no telling what could happen in here.
Okay. Save. I was supposed to click on a button in a room, by the way. Like 30 minutes walking around, I just read the mission. That's funny. Yeah, I'm going to take a small break so I can go to the bathroom and get some water and all that fun stuff. But yeah, I'll leave you with some music, and I will be back in a little bit. Okay, I am back. So let's put that in that. And this and this and that and this and this and that and then. Oof. Okay. Good. So data saved and skill panel. You are almost there. For faster AG recovery. Almost there. Still a while away. A while away. A while away. And you got a whole bunch. Ooh, sashimi. I think I can make sashimi. So I'll at least be able to get you another tree to fill out. You do still have this one, which is hopefully maybe last till the end of the game. Not 100% sure. But yeah, after faster AG recovery, then we're going to weak point and then critical. Boost increase down damage. Could do faster flaming edge charge as well. Be bad. Yeah. Okay, let's go. Because we want to keep that combo active when we go into the fight. Which I presume this is going to be a fight, given that they just gave me a full heal. Just standing around. Oh, hello there. Woman that hates Dohalim, your eyes look lifeless.
Faria, how did you get in here?
Great question.
Wait, something about her isn't right.
What's wrong with her? She doesn't even seem to know where she is.
Yeah, you're right. She looks just like the soldiers we encountered outside.
Oh, the Dark Core. The Master Core of Darkness. Oh, okay. That's a monster. The weak point is its, like, neck. That's pretty neat.
But that's preposterous. She never had that kind of power when...
We can talk later. Here it comes.
Probably not the time to worry about how...
I've never known Faria to control Zoogles like that before.
How about with a stone that looks suspiciously like a Master Core?
What the? Where did she get her hands on that?
First we handle the Zoogles. Then we get some answers. Aim for the weak spot.
This mine.
Burn in hell!
Eagle assault!
What's this? Blow away!
By the power of
Incineration wave! You're mine!
Oh, look at all that damage.
You're finished!
It's
Now you
weakened!
see what I can do.
This ends now! Raining slap! Blow away!
Okay, I'm also going to get ahead of some stuff and just heal Alpha himself.
Strike! Now we're not!
Healing!
Tectonic punch! Blow away!
Swallow dance!
Raining slap!
Take this!
All good things come to an end. Here I come! Swallow blade!
Air thrust! Searing flame! Reload!
Try harder! This one's all mine!
Annihilation!
Strike!
Hear me! Flame of
You picked the
fury!
wrong
Do
fight!
it!
Smoke!
Go.
Look sharp!
Hit you with this.
Lightning tiger blade!
The flames will roar!
Eat this! Raining slap! Taloned hurricane! Incineration wave! You're mine! No escape!
Armor won't save you.
Far enough!
Dance in the way of power!
Raining slap!
That move!
Here comes the big one!
In here!
Rumble!
I'll be shady super swallow dance!
It's time! Stay away from my friends! Raining slap! Try harder! Take this! Raining slap! Blow away! Piss off! Can't get out of this!
By the power of flame!
Ignite!
I'm in the groove.
We got him on the run!
Don't get cocky!
Right. Still anyone's fight.
Hear me!
Blow away! Try harder! Take this! Try hard! My turn!
That's good.
Consider
That was
yourself
not
finished.
bad. One La Res and some grape gels. Not bad at all. In fact, I think the only damage Alphen really took was from himself.
Now it's just her! Faria, can you hear me? Faria!
She's preparing another summoning!
Oh.
The art she's casting is way too powerful to control. At this rate, her body won't be able to take much more.
Well, I'm surprised her body has anything with it. I mean, it's a master core. Cannon's fucking massive.
Forgive me.
Stomach punch knockout. Which is very unrealistic. Like, the amount of force you would have to punch someone in the gut to knock them out. Oh.
Everything okay?
Yes. She's only unconscious.
There'd be
Not
some
her.
broken bones.
I meant you.
Shion, please, can you treat her?
I can try, but I can't promise she'll be back to her real self when she wakes up. All I can do is heal her physically.
We're not even supposed to be in here. Maybe it'd be better if we moved her to somewhere a little safer. Don't you think?
In that case...
I'll take her off your hands.
You? Avakir.
Hello.
What are you doing here?
I was curious what you were up to, so I took the liberty of following you to find out. I overheard what you said about Tarnigan, about how he really died. I'm sorry, I had no idea.
And you believed me? What makes you so sure I wasn't lying?
I like to think I know you a little better than that, Dohalim. Give me some credit.
Dohalim.
I'll take Faria. Leave her with me. I know better than to ask what you're up to. But whatever it is, I hope it all works out.
Thanks, bro.
Thank you.
Thanks, bro. Thanks, dude.
He seems like a good friend.
Yeah.
He hasn't changed. He never was one to stand out. Instead, he was always hanging back, worrying about everyone else. As for Faria, it's always the closest to me who get hurt.
You don't seriously blame yourself for what happened to her, do you?
Somebody got to
Of course
her
I do.
to strike back at me. Someone who knew me well enough to know that I'd hesitate to fight back. And the same goes for you as well. Neither you nor Faria would have lost loved ones if it wasn't for me.
You're wrong. Kelzelik was the one who killed my brother, under orders from Almadria. As for Tarnigan, if it weren't for the crown contest, he'd still be alive. That and the whole damn hierarchy that makes it possible. But that's why we're fighting. To put an end to this whole messed up system that treats people as expendable.
Yeah.
Indeed.
We're good
Ridding
guys.
society of this blight is really the only way I know how to atone for my sins.
Pretty good way to atone.
You can't atone, Dohalim.
Oh. Well, shit.
I know it hurts to hear. But those people are dead. No amount of soul-searching or trying to make amends is going to change that. Forgiveness, acceptance, those ships have sailed.
So I just forget the harm I caused?
No, the opposite, in fact. You remember. You never forget. You keep it in your heart always. And then you go on living. Not for those already passed, but for those still alive.
For those still alive.
Kisara's right. So long as we've still got breath in our bodies, we can make a difference in the lives of others. Lives being the operative word.
That's what living's all about. Being able to still make a difference. Punishing yourself for the past won't make the pain of your conscience go away.
Only fixing the problem in its stead. Is that what you're saying?
That's right. You have to live for tomorrow, Dohalim, not for yesterday. And not only that, you need to live for yourself, and for the change that you still can be.
I shall try.
Don't forget, we've still got a mystery to solve. The Forbidden Zone, remember?
Shion.
Huh?
Thank you. You have my deepest gratitude for what you did for Faria.
Glad to be of service.
I'm glad we could stop Faria without hurting her.
You all did much for her as well.
Nice. 66 SP, that's a good amount from a boss, I'd say.
What is it, Rinwell? Do you hear something again?
Yeah. It's that voice.
Mm-hmm. And what's it saying?
The will of Dana's astral energy.
Time for another blast from the past. Okay, so this is during the ceremony. Visually, the area looks like inside of the big thing that fell down onto the Danon surface. The spire, or whatever it's called. Okay, so the symbol shows up in one of the eyes.
What? There's so much astral energy. But where's it all coming from? It's almost like it's alive.
Okay. The thorns, and then... Okay. Huh. Okay. Okay. So it channeled through him instead? Or...
That was the spirit channeling ceremony just now.
Yeah.
No, it was more than that.
What the hell was that? It felt like everything was on the brink of... like the whole world was seconds from...
Oblivion. It's the same vision as the one my thorns show me. A vision of impenetrable darkness that swallows up us and everything else.
An empty void. A nothing so complete and dominating that there aren't even words to describe it. The end of time.
The visions of the apocalypse you've been seeing. If I'd known how bad they were,
I'd have taken them more seriously. I'm sorry.
So, everything we just saw, those were Naori's memories, right?
That's right. It was as if her innermost thoughts were speaking directly to us. At least I know they weren't mine.
That power flowing into her. It reminds me of Shion's thorns. If they're what's responsible for all these visions she's been having, then maybe...
Maybe my thorns are made from that same astral energy?
If that is the case, we just found the missing link between your thorns and what happened here 3 centuries ago. No, more than a link. Perhaps even the very heart of the matter.
I've never felt astral energy so powerful. What was that?
Are the thorns genetic, basically?
If it's the same energy your thorns are made of, it must be dark astral energy, right? And isn't that something only Renans have?
Correct. Dark astral energy is possessed by Renans alone.
Because we're evil.
And when enough astral energy gathers together, it develops its own form of sentience. If so, maybe that complete oblivion is exactly what the Renan astral energy's will is wishing for. But why?
I don't know.
It likes
Will can be a
darkness.
pretty vague thing to nail down. It's more of a feeling, just like the will of Dana.
But the will of Dana is made up of astral energy too, right? And if that's what's been showing us these visions, I don't know, should we really be getting so involved with this thing?
Dana's will would never want Oblivion.
But you can't say that for sure.
Cut it out, you two. Squabbling over theories will get us nowhere.
My planet doesn't want destruction. Captain Planet.
Let's keep moving. If it's Dana's will showing us these memories, then I'm as clueless about its motives as any one of us. But if it could lead us to the truth, then I want to find out more.
Shion's right. All we can do is keep going. If these really are Naori's memories we're watching, there could be truths in them I was never aware of. And I think they may be the kinds of truths I need to confront if we're going to keep fighting.
We're gonna have to fight so many truths. We're gonna
I'm
have to
sorry
reach out
about
to
what
them.
I said earlier. Come on, let's go.
My bad. At least he ends it by
Finally,
apologizing.
We begin to understand what the thorns are.
Yes, and their source. A ceremony that occurred 3 centuries ago.
But we still don't know how to
Not
get
my
rid of
control
them.
right now.
I just hope we can find a way. Soon, we might very well learn the truth behind Shion's thorns, as well as my own past. I have to be ready to face anything. Whatever happens.
Turn back there.
I just need a little time first.
I'll make sure I go into
Make
whatever.
sure I go into whatever comes next completely prepared.
Okay. Saying, hey, you're about to enter boss fight.
Do you think Faria was really being controlled by someone?
Yeah, sure.
Certainly seemed that way. The question is, who? The Red Woman?
The same person who's behind all of this, I'll bet. Whoever that is.
Brainwashed or otherwise, the feelings of resentment she holds towards me are real.
Someone used her because they knew we'd hold back. If that's not playing dirty, I don't know what is.
It does tell us one thing at least. Someone here in Lenegis is watching us. Someone who means us harm.
There's no
It can
question.
be most people.
That attack was meant for us alone.
By someone capable of getting inside a person and manipulating them like a weapon. We need to find whoever it is,
Woke up
fast.
early today. Seeing visions.
That vision we saw. It was as if it was meant specifically for us.
What do you make of it? Do you still think the will of Dana might be involved somehow?
Maybe it's trying to tell us something. But what?
Well, it could be supernatural. You know, like seeing dead people, messages from beyond the grave, ghost-type stuff.
That's your grand theory? That we're being haunted? Come on, Law.
I mean...
Wait. He might be closer to the mark than you think.
I mean, like, he's
What
not...
if a person's thoughts and deeds were to somehow become indelibly etched into the ether of a place? And what if those with a connection could then somehow pick up on them?
You think that's what it was? Some kind of message someone left here for us?
I am merely entertaining the possibility. Whether it was Dana's will, or somehow connected to the Sovereign and Maiden's powers, I do not know.
Okay, back up a sec. You're saying that if a place is full of enough astral energy, it can somehow show us events that happened centuries ago?
I guess.
More to the point, how does that much astral energy gather in one place anyway? Seems unlikely it happened naturally.
Whatever it was, it survived here intact for 300 years. Whoever left it for us, the strength of their intent is beyond doubt.
The strength of their intent.
To show Alphen and whoever her descendant is the truth. Fast AG recovery. Increased weak point damage. Okay, strength and counter edge. That gets him more resistance. Makes him slightly more good. Bolero, boost strike damage. That's elemental attack. Could finish that one a little bit faster. Yeah, you know, let's do that. He gets critical hits pretty frequently, so we can do that. You're still working on that. Close to that. way. Good. And then item. We need to heal you. Heal you. Other than that, I'd say we're pretty good. I can do one orange gel just to top us off. System save. Other than that, I'd say we're pretty good to go into the fight, or whatever it is.
Soon, we might very well learn. I have to be ready to face
Right.
anything.
The only way is forward.
Whatever, I'm determined to save Shion and Dana. Nothing I learn can change that.
Hell yeah. Okay, I was expecting you to force me forward, but whatever. Sovereign, roll. Given. Oh, okay.
Hold up, you guys.
What is it?
I want to look through that room over there. I'm
Yeah.
curious what we'll find.
That's the room you visited in your past, right? Sure. We can check it out.
Okay. Is there going to be a fight in this room, or am I just going to have to use
looks
happy
like
bottles?
some kind of research
Thinking
facility.
happy bottles. Plants.
A laboratory secreted away in the Forbidden Zone. Why am I past being surprised at this point?
Looks pretty deserted.
Let's check it out. It might give us a new lead.
Yeah, it might give us a new lead. It might. The Forbidden Zone.
For the people of Lenegis, the
Alfred's got
Forbidden
the
Zone is the stuff of
access.
dreams. Yet here I am, standing within its hallowed halls.
It's off limits even for lords, then? Talk about an exclusive club.
Being exclusive is one thing, but how many important facilities let in only the Sovereign? Doesn't that seem a little strange?
Strange doesn't cover it. If it was only one room, maybe. But a place on this scale? How do they keep it from falling into ruin? Whoever the Sovereign is, they can't manage the upkeep of this whole place themselves.
Did no one ever talk about it when you were growing up?
No, not that I can remember. Then again, Sovereigns and Forbidden Zones weren't exactly breakfast table conversations.
Yeah.
The Forbidden Zone is a hallowed place, at one with the Sovereign's authority, grounds of the one true ruler who presides over all Renans. That is what we believed this place to be. No, what we were made to believe it was.
Now we know.
But
It's
now,
just science
it is
place.
finally time to discover this area's true purpose, and why it was kept hidden behind the scenes for so long.
Give me answers. I need answers.
I think I can make this work.
Then do it. Make it work.
Well, can you make head or tail of it?
Not really.
These are experiment records by the looks of it. Reams of them, dating back hundreds of years. Let's see. A composite being capable of controlling Danan astral energy so as to convert its molecular and elemental makeup.
Composite being.
The creation of a governing central figure, taking the form of a Danan. Codename Sovereign.
Sovereign?
Wait, there's more. Research into utilizing force field crystals for the purpose of stable astral energy containment. That must be the master cores. With all this raw data, there's bound to be records here somewhere about the Maiden and the Lords, too.
About the lords? Why would they be on there?
Think about it. The Lord's crests are clearly of a piece with those of both the Sovereign and the Maiden. Not to mention the fact that the contenders to the crown are selected from otherwise regular Renan citizens. In other words, it may be that all Renans are unwittingly being made subject to some kind of grand scheme.
What about the Sovereign? Does it say anything else?
Where do I start? All I've read so far is the headlines. There's so much here. To sift through all of it would require specialized... Wait.
What is it?
Perfect.
Did you find something?
Did I
It's a
conveniently
list of
find
names
the thing?
with the title Test Subjects, Sovereign. It's your call.
Read it.
There must be dozens of test subjects listed here. Hundreds even. All of them failures. Wait. I think I've found one that was successful.
Alphen.
Test subject number 1273. Ethnicity, NA. Unique adjustment index, generation, NA. Given name, Alphen.
Oh. It was me.
They re-engineered me. Right here in this lab.
Alphen.
They made me look like an anime protagonist.
It's fine, really. What about the others? Was I the only one?
Test subject number 10105. Ethnicity, NA. Unique adjustment index, generation, NA. Given name, Volron.
Oh.
Volron? But that means...
He's only sovereign because someone made him that way too.
But then he went and forcefully took the position of Lord.
He's the last one. In 3 centuries worth of records, you and Volron are the only 2 subjects on whom the experiment was a success.
But what about the winners of the crown contests? Does this mean that none of them were ever crowned sovereign after all?
Upon victory, the Sovereign shall return to Rena and rule over Rena and Lenegis combined. When a new Sovereign is decided, the outgoing monarch shall relinquish their post and live out the rest of their days on Rena. So we were told. But according to these records, there have only ever been 2 Sovereigns, neither of whom had anything to do with the crown contest. It's all lies, including the part about the Sovereign residing in Rena. The crown contest was never about deciding a new ruler. It must always have been devised for some other purpose.
Gathering Astra energy?
But even supposing that's true, someone must have been in charge for the past 3 centuries, right? If it wasn't the Sovereign, then who was it?
The Red Woman.
Crown contests have been held this whole time, in spite of the fact that there was already a sovereign. Me. Meaning that for the past 300 years, someone out there has to have been maintaining that lie. The same person I'm willing to bet is behind all this.
The Red Woman?
It's
That's what I'd
possible.
guess.
But that doesn't necessarily mean she's the mastermind behind this scheme. She could be working for someone else. Someone back on the Renan homeworld.
Either way, it's fair to say she's definitely involved somehow.
What about the data records? Is there no other information that could help us?
Not that I can see. Just file upon file of experiment results. There's nothing here about who's behind all this, or what their endgame is, unfortunately.
Darn it. Gonna have to hear that straight from their mouth, huh?
I've barely managed to scratch the surface, mind you. You won't be able to read through it all, but you're welcome to take a look through what you can, while we're here.
I'll do that.
Yeah, I think I'll read. I'm capable of reading.
So this is where Alphen became the Sovereign. And Volron as well. The significance of this location would suggest...
Hey, it looks like the terminals in here turned on too.
We should look through them. They might contain valuable information.
Let's do a skip
Only
first.
2 sovereigns in over 300 years. So why has the experiment only succeeded twice in all this time? And if that's the case, why keep on doing it? Was there really no other way? Or could there be some other reason?
Dohalim.
Forgive me.
Alphen.
I'm fine. I'm just a little shaken, that's all. I knew what I was already, so it's not like it's a surprise or anything. But it's strange. I've got all this rage inside of me, but I don't even know who it's for. I'm scared that I'll put a face to it, just to have someone to blame.
If that were to happen, then No. Then we'd help you fight it, before you ever got that far. Wouldn't we, everyone?
Yeah.
Yeah. We wouldn't just sit by and watch you spiral out of control.
That's right. No good can come from being consumed by hatred.
If you ever start to lose your way, you can count on us to guide you back. To remind you where home is.
And I would be happy to lend an attentive ear, should you ever have need.
Thank you, everyone. I think I'll be okay now.
Yeah. I think I'll be good. Excuse me, just need to blow my nose. Right back. I have to be careful when I'm blowing my nose. Now, don't know what I could potentially do to it after the surgery. Okay, so let's go. Select topic to explore. The Sovereign. Sovereign acts as Lenegis' central control device for the spirit channeling ceremony. Each one is granted level 2 authority and an ID crest. Dance subject serves as the base of its creation. In theory, ideal candidates possess equal affinity for every astral element. However, such aptitudes is statistically rare to uncover within real-world conditions. As a result, most subjects die during the adjustment period, and stability is still not guaranteed for those who survive it. This instability, coupled with the Sovereign's powers of astral manipulation, was a high risk to the security of Lenegis if left unchecked. As such, stabilization measures must be put in place via the support mechanism when utilizing the Sovereign in the spirit channeling ceremony. Addendum 1. No effective alternate methods to perform the ceremony have been found. Trials on data subjects are authorized to continue. Addendum 2. Unit 2 adjustments are a success. Subsequent adjustments are to be put on hold while extended observation takes place. Okay. So, Alphen has affinity for all elements. I wonder if they implanted the ability for, like, dark element, or if it just means all available ones per the Danon race. Maiden. Maiden acts as Sovereign's support mechanism for the spirit channeling ceremony. Each one is granted level 2 authority ID crest. A random subject serves its function, providing the Sovereign with the supplemental dark astral it lacks in tandem with the Renus Alma. During the ceremony, it is partly responsible for astral energy conversion, as well as maintaining stability over the Sovereign's own powers. Additionally, the degree of intimacy between it and the Sovereign has been observed to possibly impact the level of stability in both subjects. Is the game over? I don't think so. I think we're still going for a little bit, at the very least. Because of this, trial activations of the Sovereign without the main present are expressly forbidden. Furthermore, neither the Sovereign nor the Maiden are to be informed about the details of the spirit channeling plan. Now, 1. Mental instability in the Maiden has been deemed the cause of the past Sovereign's rampancy. Countermeasures must be considered. Dome 2. In line with plan adjustments, the current subject will have its Maiden registration revoked and be returned to its original household. Term. Okay. Interesting. Topic. Lord's unique adjustment index. Okay. Yeah, Lords. So, biomassy zone will make your brain hurt? Sure. How's it going, Spliced? Each crown contest, 5 of the best qualified members of the random populace are chosen to act as lords, vying to serve as the next sovereign. Continental dairy facilities south of us who call more than 79,000 pounds of Costco bars that fails to contain a disclaimer about milk. I have read that. You'd think that would be near impossible to miss, given that it's presumably a big butter manufacturer, and I would think that they would just have one template to put on the things. Like, how you miss adding that to butter? I learned for young butters. I mean, yes, but it's more... It's one of those things where it's like... I think it's like national law, where it's like, hey, there are like these like 5 key allergens, dairy being one of them, that has to be specifically labeled in like such a way that if it doesn't, it's not allowed to be sold. So even though it's obvious based on what it is, like, oh, this is milk. Why? Because it's in a milk gallon. It still has to say it. Seems like the nearest thing. The truth, indeed. How's it going, Fontana? Trying to find a certain. During their tenure, they are granted level 3 authority, as well as 1 of 5 elemental realms to administer in its corresponding master core. Also assign an ID crest indicating their designated element. Selection process is based only on astral artistry and physical and mental aptitude. Other variables such as age have no bearing whatsoever. Because only the strongest go on to become lords, the position itself does not inherently make an individual any stronger. It should be known, however, that lords are not the only individuals capable of drawing out a Master Core's powers. All Renans must take part in the selection process, and acceptance of the position is mandatory. It is not allowed for those deemed suitable to decline. Huh. I wish that there was at least one Renan lord that we fought that was not happy that they were a lord. I wish we fought one that was like begrudgingly a lord. Okay, just got him. Nice. Furthermore, in the event that an acting lord is incapacitated and no longer serve in their position, a replacement must be quickly prepared. Unique adjustment index test subject report. I mean, yeah, but he was like fine with being a lord. He just like stopped being a lord after the thing. But it was not like we never saw a lord in power being like, oh, man, I didn't even want to be here. I just want to stay on Lenegis. I don't want it. Can't have two weirdos. Yeah, but I'm not saying you need both of them in the party. I mean, like, you could have one who's like, man, I don't like it here, but I guess I'll just do it. What the previous guy do? Okay, I guess I'll be an asshole monster that needs to die as well. And culture makes that possibility. Yes. The following is a report on the second successful case of sovereign test subject experimentation. Yeah, okay, so Volron. Subject 10105, given name Volron, generation NA, unique adjustment index ethnicity NA. Although subject possesses high latent potential, exhibits significant mental instability along with a strong distaste for following orders. As such, the risks it poses surpass even those of the last successful subject, itself a failure, and is therefore under consideration for disposal. Addendum, this is the first successful case in 30 years. Previously mentioned risk factors are now mitigated due to established control protocols. Subject is to be evaluated under the assumption that Plan 2 will proceed and will be dispatched to Dana under the guise of serving as a lord. Okay, it was a guise. Okay. Long screen of the DLC that crests do nothing. They are just stamps of time. Okay, so they're just there to flaunt. Yeah. Interesting. Did you beat the DLC? Or do you still have a bit more to go? Master Cores, Spirit Cores. Okay, Master Cores. Master Cores are instruments of power containing astral energy that belong to one of the 6 elements. 5 of these Master Cores, those with Earth, Water, Fire, Wind, and Light, are loaned to Renan Lords at the time of the Crown Contest. Only the Dark Master Core is maintained inside the Forbidden Zone until the Renis Alma is ready to be reformed, its existence kept top secret. Okay. Undo that shit. Nice. Good job. Underneath a Master Core spherical outer layer is a force field crystal used for the purpose of astral energy containment and stabilization. Inside the force field, astral energy is stored in a dormant state. For the duration of their tenure, each lord competes in the Crown Contest to amass their allotted type of astral energy. In the event of an emergency, each lord may be allowed to withdraw from their respective stock of astral energy as necessary. However, the extent allowed is determined based on their own individual strength. Then, okay, so they have to be strong enough to handle it. Denim 1. Design flaws have been discovered in how the Renis Alma materializes. Be advised that active Master Cores may resonate with other Master Cores located in close proximity and become unstable. Okay, so that instability is what was happening when we originally made it? Or what? Denim 2, due to successful regeneration of the Renis Alma, Master Cores will cease to be deployed and the Crown Contest will be permanently halted. Well, that never happened. Spirit Cores. Spirit Cores are end terminals used for the collection of astral energy. When embedded in a biological subject, it establishes connections throughout its body. These connections are used to amass astral energy generated from physical activity, which is then emitted from the host body itself. Because this emitted energy is prone to diffuse, the host must be placed within range of a spirit vessel for the energy to be collected. This means that Denons must be employed to harvest the astral energy for the purpose of the Crown Contest. Given the difficulty in producing them, it is advised that spirit cores be retrieved from host bodies and reused upon their death. Spirit cores can also be embedded in Zoogles to control them via astrolars. Addendum: increased physical load on a host body tends to produce increased astral energy emissions. Hence why they're having them do, like, very strenuous slave labor. Final confirmation of ideal workload to impose on host Bison without inducing a death for maximum astral energy yields is still pending. That's a dark topic. How do I min-max my slavery goodies? I need this energy, but I have the slaves. I need to min-max this. Ugh. Well, you see, Lennigus Detachable Harvester. Large-scale astral energy converter that primarily converts the energy elemental composition of Anna's astral energy and transmits it to Rena. Activation and control of astral energy conversion is achieved by placing the Sovereign, Maiden, and Renaissance within the central core of Lennigus. It is comprised of classified and essential personnel resident zones around a large conduit, along with a defensive layer surrounding them. This outer layer is deployed upon activation, unlocking the central conduit while simultaneously functioning as the stabilization mechanism. Due to its design, deployment of the outer layer is expected to cause damage to residential zones. However, because that only takes place during the final stage of the spirit channeling ceremony, no contingency plan to address said damage is needed. So we are in the final stage of it. I guess this never happened with the previous things, so that's why. Until that phase, Lennigus serves as the central base of operations for the management and execution of the Crown Contest on Dana. Warning, any personnel with level 3 authority or lower is strictly forbidden from the classified zone. Any violators will be immediately executed. Okay. Detachable Harvester. A massive spirit vessel placed on Dana for the spirit channeling ceremony. Yeah, the big fucking thing that we got rid of. Serves as the tip of Lennigus' conduit from which it separates. Upon landing in Dana waters, it extends two sets of conducting pathways. The vertical pathways connect to the center of Dana. Meanwhile, the horizontal pathways pursue to envelop the entire surface of Dana. Once activated, it links to the biological spirit vessels placed in each realm, efficiently harvesting the planet's astral energy en masse. The Wedge was a better name. Yes, I forgot what we called it, the Wedge. The accumulated energy is then transmitted to Rena via Lennigus, but we've interrupted that, unless they took enough already. Because construction adjustment takes place in the Forbidden Zone's regulator area, Lennigus' outer layer must be deployed prior to launch. Intended to function semi-autonomously, only maintenance personnel are expected to manually interface with it when necessary. No other personnel is required for it to function. Denham 1, Detachable Harvester 1 was lost on Dana after exploding due to the rampancy exhibited by the Sovereign, so he got rid of the first one. Denham 2, Detachable Harvester 2's landing point will remain the same as that of the previous model. This is due to the explosion of the previous model, which altered the planetary topography, enabling easier connection to the center of Dana. Okay. Huh. We blew up the previous one, and that made a big-ass wasteland that made it a lot easier to place another. Hell yeah. By wasteland, I mean ocean. Sedative mask, brainwashing. Okay. A device covering the wearer's whole face that restricts their mental activity. It was developed for the purpose of pacifying prisoners. Medical applications are also recognized, particularly as a means of preventing patients from sustaining mental trauma. However, doing so is not recommended, as prolonged use of the device carries the risk of inducing a number of adverse side effects. Addendum, due to the loss of production facilities incurred from the partial destruction of Lennigus, additional devices will no longer be manufactured, hence why we have yet to see anyone else with the mask, because that may have been like one of the last ones. So, okay. Brainwash, and we know the adverse side effects because he had it on for fucking 300 years. Brainwashing report. After receiving reports of a robust new form of rule emerging in Dana's water realm, a study was commissioned to investigate the matter in depth. This system is unique in that it elevates only the Lord as the supreme authority while relegating both Renans and Danans alike to enslavement. Test subject 10105 serves as the realm's current Lord and has achieved this without the use of any special powers, drugs, or special devices. Rather, it is done so by sheer governance. Okay. Given this method's effectiveness at population control, monitoring of the situation will continue. Denham 1, collapse of cognitive facilities via extreme mental repression rooted in violence and fear has proved to be key to this style of rule. Once a subject loses its autonomy, they become desensitized to fear and subsequently cease to prioritize even their own personal safety. Though such a state is ill-suited for commanding officers, it remains an effective way to cultivate disposable infantry and slaves for manual labor. I will say they are really hitting home the level of like clinical separation between the fucking horrors that they are describing and like the information side of it. Addendum 2. Soldiers in Lenegis who have undergone this treatment will be asked to secure classified sectors as a trial. The results will be monitored. Okay, so those are the gold ones we fought here. Yeah, pretty okay. We are getting the truth, and we like the truth. The truth is good. Another blast from the past. Oh, I look so handsome in that mask.
Naori, I...
Don't talk. I have to do this. I gave you my word that I'd help you return to Dana. The next time you open your eyes, you'll be home.
But you...
My place is here with my people. I still have a duty to fulfill. I'm sorry for what you've endured. Rena never should have dragged you into this. It's not your burden to bear.
But...
The mask contains a sedative. It should keep your mind from tearing itself apart any further. Let yourself go to sleep. This should help with the pain.
Beep boop.
Time to go, Elfin. Farewell.
Goodbye, Naori. I'll talk to your great-great-great-great-great-granddaughter or something.
His injuries are worse than I thought. Short-term treatment isn't going to cut it. I'll have to switch the healing pod to long-term hibernation mode.
The pod.
The chance of surviving hibernation's less than 10%? And worse, long-term use of the mask carries a high risk of damaging his mind and nervous system.
Well, shit. Don't really have a choice. It's the only way.
If I don't head back, Lenegis will be nothing but ashes, and this starship along with it. I don't know if I can fulfill my promise to you, Alphen. But if doing this will grant you even the slightest chance, I have to try.
You made the right choice, Naori.
I hope it's enough.
Because it worked.
Please, live for me, Alphen.
Beep, boop, beep, boop.
That vision. It must have been from when Naori helped Alphen escape Lenegis.
Yeah, what gave you that
She
idea?
sure went above and beyond the call of duty.
Even with Lenegis crumbling down around her, she chose to stay put with her people.
So that's why you lost your memories and sense of pain, and why you were asleep for that whole time. It was all the result of one agonizing decision Naori made to save your life.
Yeah.
300 years to heal it all?
Her,
Pretty crazy.
I wouldn't even be alive today. I owe her everything. More than I could ever hope to repay.
Now that you know how she felt, how do you plan on honoring her wishes?
She kept her promise. If the Renan people she fought so desperately to protect are at risk from a malevolent force, then I owe it to her to carry on her fight. Naori was the one who put that mask on me, and made me Iron Mask.
So cool.
She did it to prevent your soul from tearing itself apart.
That was
She
Iron.
knew you might
That was
lose your
cool
memories
guy.
and sense of pain as a result. But more than anything, she wanted you to survive. And you did.
Yeah, because you're strong. Okay, so let's save. Let's also take another break. So I will be Right back. Okay, and I'm back. Are there 2 tracks playing right now? Yes. Because basically I can't turn off Tales of Arise's music, because of just the way it works, and I don't really have a thing on my Stream Deck to just mute the game, because I do program specific audio capture in OBS. Can you just mute that? Yeah, but like I would have to like click and do like other stuff, and it's just easier to throw on another piece of music to muddle it so copyright stuff doesn't get it. Yeah, I know. I don't want to click on stuff, bro, because then if I click on stuff, I'm going to forget to do stuff. So it's easier to just throw it on and then mute the speakers. Yeah, but like I could, yeah. It's more like my thing is just all full. Like I don't want to have to click off of it. You know, let's I'll see if I can't okay. Maybe I can make it, maybe I can do something right here. Do that? No. Maybe here? And then computer screen. Okay. So when I do computer screen, it is above. Okay, so that's where my mouse is. I'll show you guys what my Stream Deck looks like. So I have back to the home screen, have the DS version of the layout like this. I have main, I have the starting screen, I have the break screen, the end screen, I have the whether or not I want to show PC screen or not, which I don't really necessarily use all that frequently, but regardless. Then I have down here, I have emulation for when I get my completely legitimate things going on. No snaz is my countdown timer to make it go away once it's done, so I don't have to like manually exit out of it. Then I have emotes. Then I have stream cam. I have actions, which has all the ads and clip and the marker. Then I have speakers, which is what I use to either let or not let like the YouTube tracks go. And then I have my mic, which obviously will mute my mic. So I don't really have anything that I really want to move off of the screen, and I wouldn't want mute game button to be on a separate tab. I have that screen set. I just have my DSF sideways because I can't have two windows. Gotta teach me how to have this screen set up. What are you talking about? Yeah. If I might ask, are you using Melon DS as like your thing, as your completely legitimate console? Because I think that might be another aspect. But okay, regardless, that can be a later other time thing. But that's why I have other music, because no, it doesn't. It's been a while since I used that one. I think I can't quite remember myself. I may have swapped to Melon DS specifically for the reason you're talking about. I'm not 100% sure. Can't quite remember. Might also have been because other reasons. Yeah. So that's why I have my Stream Deck the way it is. And Bamco Games, notorious for not necessarily copyright striking, but like getting like the, hey, this is copyrighted music. We'll allow you to use it, but just so you know, it's not like I make any money on my YouTube archives, but better to stay safe than sorry, because the second opening did get tagged in the last stream or the stream before, where it was just kind of playing in the background in one of the scenes. Even though there are characters on screen talking, it did get tagged in the YouTube archive video. So I'm just like, yeah, let's play it safe and throw on some Falcom music because they're cool. To mix and muddy it up. That way it's not, that would be harder to figure out. Okay, let's go into this teleporter. Yeah. Fun fact for you, Bison. Ooh, fun fact for me? That looks like a boss arena. I should probably use some happy bottles. I wonder. I'll just use two. Oh wow, this. Are you serious? This wasn't a. How was that not a boss room? Found for the final boss of the DLC, they just straight throw in the first OPS and no damage. That's
this
funny.
Place. We've seen this in
better
one
be
of
talking.
Lori's memories.
You better be talking.
I want to hear it right now.
After 300 years, this is where it was held. The spirit channeling ceremony.
I think I hit for the crash got hit for like 1 minute.
This is where the Renaissance
like,
was.
Why?
So this is the place where you and Naori...
Where you and Naori cheated on me
Alma isn't
300
here
years before I was
Nor is
born.
the Red Woman, it seems.
Dick.
I know it's difficult, Alphen, but there will be time to dwell on the past later. For now, we need to keep moving. Come on.
For now, we need to fight something, I would think, in that room that was like a boss arena. Although I guess boss arenas don't really matter in Tales because, like, you instance anyway. Like, it matters a lot more in Dark Souls, where it's, like, super obvious because you fight there. But, like, Tales doesn't really matter that much. It's more just kind of
What
like
is this?
scene
Is
setting.
it the work of Dana's will again?
It's been a year since the ceremony. That day, I shut away inside of myself the power that caused Alphen to lose control. Since then, my visions of the future have grown more and more fearsome.
Am I the asshole?
Is this another memory? No, it's different this time. It's like she's speaking directly to us.
Yeah. Yes, my girlfriend, 20 females, mad at me because I, 20 male, had a crush on her great-great-great-grandmother.
I don't think about it. About what was done to us. All in the name of a ceremony. The purpose of which we were never even told.
No.
As Sovereign, they linked Alphen's consciousness to Lenegis itself.
Oh.
The Renis Alma was intended to control his power, lest anything should slip through its cracks. That day, as Maiden, my role was to temper his power. I was meant to guide it forth, and give shape to the strength inside of him.
Linked to Lenegis itself? But then, everything that's been happening...
But that power showed me a vision. A vision of oblivion. When I realized that vision was a prophecy of the apocalypse we were about to unleash, I couldn't go through with it. But without a maiden, the ceremony was doomed. Alphen lashed out, his consciousness no longer his own. I did what I could. Using my abilities as the maiden, I tried to seal that power away inside of me. But it was too late. Lenegis had already been brought to its knees. Thousands upon thousands of lives so cruelly snuffed out. All because of me. Because of what I had done. With the destructive force now slumbering inside of me, I knew I had to find a way to dispose of it. Anything to make up for my failure. But I didn't know how.
It's like Nahashi even match out with the thorns. Artificial insemination. In vitro. is what I would say.
That power was astral energy itself.
Or
in which
you
case,
get a dude who's really kinky.
Enough, the Renis Alma seemed to be my best bet. That at least would hold the astral energy dormant. Assuming that no malevolent third party got to it first.
Okay, so it only manifested with Shion.
With the Sovereign and Maiden's
like it got strong
power,
enough over the generations.
Perhaps I could shift the chaotic energy inside me into the Renis Alma instead.
No imagine.
That's what I hoped, but alas, it was not to be.
At what point?
The Renis Alma was lost.
Sorry. Oh wait.
And Alphen, the Sovereign, was in a starship bound for Dana. My only choice was to seal away the destructive force inside of me using my powers as the Maiden. To buy the world what little time I could. The time needed for a new Renis Alma to be crafted. And for a new Sovereign to appear. Even if by doing so, it meant I would be passing the curse onto my descendants as well.
Which I totally did.
Please, forgive me. I never meant to burden the future world with this threat too. I only wish that there was something more I could have done.
Makes me wonder, was Shion's mother's, like, Shion's mom, was her pregnancy painful? Like, at what point did the thorns manifest in Shion? She did it for about 300 years.
That message just now, was it directly from Naori? Or was it the Danon voice speaking through her?
Both. At the same time. Yo, fucking Hoodle. Yo, Hoodle's gonna be the key to everything. Yo, what's up? Oh, okay, cool. We got a new costume. Hell yeah.
What?
These are the clothes that Naori and I wore during the ceremony.
Knight in
3
shining
centuries
armor.
ago.
So you're saying this
Yeah.
is the maiden's outfit?
That's right. These clothes are designed to resonate with the Sovereign and Maiden's abilities. They focus and enhance them.
We look
And
like
they
we're
appeared
in
now because...
vaguely wedding garments.
Naori must have left them here for the new Sovereign and Maiden, knowing the day would come when they would need them in their fight against the Thorns.
Sure.
These outfits are directly linked to the answers we've been chasing this whole time. If they're here, it must mean it was Naori's will for us to find those answers as well.
Locating the Renis Alma would allow us to neutralize the dark astral energy inside Shion, thereby silencing her thorns. Is that what Naori's suggesting?
It makes sense. After all, Master Cores and Spirit Vessels are both able to prevent the astral energy inside them from developing sentience. By that logic, it would stand to reason that the Renis Alma would have the same ability on a larger scale.
We have a Maiden and Sovereign. Now all we need is the Renis Alma, and we'll finally be able to free you of your thorns.
Let's do it.
Shion.
It's possible? You really think so?
I do. We can rid you of your thorns and stop the world from falling to oblivion.
Oh my god.
However, the spirit channeling ceremony already failed once. Even if our goal is different this time, we can't be sure the same thing won't happen again. We should take care not to be too optimistic.
You're right. It's the barest sliver of a chance. But if there's even the slightest hope it can work, I'm willing to stake everything I've got on it.
Well, they mentioned in the notes that the
I know it's
intimacy
too early to let myself
between
feel relieved,
the
but
Sovereign and Maiden
I just
has an
can't seem to help
effect,
it.
positive effect on
Just hearing there's the slightest chance.
ceremony.
Even though I know the world's still in great peril. It's selfish of me, I know, but still.
Whereas Alphen and Naori, he only
No, it
learned her
isn't.
name
You
the
found
day
hope to
before.
believe in. It'd be strange if you weren't over the moon about it.
You'd have to
Grinwell's
think
right. We can rid you
Alphen
of
and
your curse
Shion
and still save the
a little
world
bit
at the
higher
same time.
than that.
Thank you. Naori entrusted us with the fate of all humanity. Now, it's up to us to prove that trust was well placed.
Yeah.
Starting with a little game called Hunt the Renis Alma.
Very
Yeah,
difficult.
we've come all this way. Now we just need to search Lenegis and Rena until we find it.
Fist punch.
Yeah, we can protect the world and save Shion at the same time.
I
How
too shall lend
perfect.
my services. My knowledge of Renan lore is bound to be a useful asset.
Of course.
And they say modesty is dead.
Miracles just seem to follow wherever you go, huh?
How do you know it's me they're following? We're all in this together, Shion. You included.
We're miracle makers.
Now let's get moving, shall we? Last I heard, we had an apocalypse to stop.
Yeah.
Thank you, Naori.
Thank you. I got some cool threads, bro.
So Naori sealed away the power that made me lose control of myself. She stopped my rampage and saved my life. But then, that power she'd sealed away was passed down to you. I'm so sorry, Shion. It's my fault that you're cursed.
You're wrong. What happened to you was because of the ceremony and Naori's attempt to stop Oblivion. You paid a heavy price for it, and then fell asleep for 300 years. The reason you lost your memories.
Is the reason for your curse.
The thorns.
It all leads back to them. But once they're gone, we can finally put an end to all this.
When my thorns are gone, I never dared to dream that such a thing could be possible. No, the truth is, I think maybe I've always been dreaming about a life without my thorns. The touch of my family, or playing with my friends, holding hands with Rinwell, or giving Law a deserved smack.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Embracing everyone. All the normal things that people do together. I always wished I could experience them for myself and finally know what they were like. Is it really okay for me to believe it can happen? I'm so scared of getting my hopes up. What if it doesn't work out in the end, and...
That's not going to happen. I'm here to make sure it won't.
We need a happy
Forget
ending
fate
to
or
this
destiny
Tales
or
game.
anything else. We're going to live
Yeah.
a normal life. There are a lot of things you still want to do, right?
Yeah, you're right. It's such a strange feeling.
With the thorns.
I
just
know
for the clarity. Mm.
that we've still got plenty of fighting up ahead. And it's for my sake. So I can live.
You're worth fighting for.
I believe you, Alphen.
Good. I'll keep on fighting. For as long as it takes. Until our future is finally in our hands.
In our hands. So, so I chuckled slightly in the in that, because when she was like, "Oh, I can do so many things," I was like, "Oh, what activities require you to like physically come in contact with a whole bunch of people?" And my brain just immediately went to the scene in SpongeBob, one of the early seasons, where like he broke his ass and the doctor was like, "Don't let anything else happen to your ass or it'll cause permanent damage," or whatever. And and one of the things he avoids is like the, "Hey, here's the it's like 5 mile long slap train." And all I could imagine was Shion going through that, being like, "Yay, I don't hurt anyone anymore." I was like, that's fucking ludicrous. Revitalize. Advanced healing out that restores all allies HP. It's really nice. CP restoration when full. CP at the end of battle while the effects of cooking are active. That's it is. And in my head, I was even like, damn, this is really fucking stupid that I'm even thinking of it. Okay, I don't need resistance. I would rather go for Revitalize. Because that seems really good. Cost 80, but it's really good. The thing is, when Shion uses that skill, she says resurrection. Yeah, they only had so many voice lines. There's only so much space on the disc, don't you know? So Dale Arthalis. Spirit given to the chosen sovereign that draws out all of their latent power so as to carry out the spirit channeling ceremony. Gom Arthalis. Ceremony of God given to the chosen sovereign, granting them the endurance to withstand the immense power of the spirit channeling ceremony. She says a different casting. Lays Firaquis. Ceremony of God given to the chosen main, capable of interfering with spirit astral energy. It's worn to contain the sovereign's power. Oh, of course. Okay, cool. Presume this is the final screen. Okay. Looking good. Damn, that's a pretty hefty jump between the two. Yeah, damn. Okay. They're treating us good. Okay. Outfits. Get the hell out of this! You're going to your farmer's clothes. You think you think you're getting married? No, you're gonna go work on the farm, god damn it. Oh, she keeps her hair thing now. And oh wait, it's because it's a feather hair. Yeah, take your farmer's hat. You're all gonna enjoy your goddamn farmer. I'm not sure which I like it, but I feel like this makes her look too much like Naori. Like I like her her ponytail. Yeah, I'll give her the aqua blue tiara so it matches with the shoulder pad or shoulder thing. Cannon is still very funny. Slick back hair, hell yeah. Get him his ceremonial wolf hood. I swear, guys, I'm not a furry. You gotta believe me. I'm not a furry. I'm just enjoying my time. Farmer. I'll be real. Something about Rinwell's hairstyle makes the farmer's clothes not seem all that weird. Right? Like on everyone else, it looks kind of funny. Like all their shit is just a bit too regal. Like it works pretty decently on him. I feel like Rinwell fits the farmer clothes the best. The shirt, yeah, she has the shortest curl hair. This is just fucking hilarious due to the juxtaposition. God, I wish I could get Sheik Vagabond in different colors. Not that I mind his traditional attire, but like this just is more traveling clothes. I think it's also because there is some level of like cuteness, like you can see the little rapig rapig thing on all of them, right? It's not just farmer's overalls. It is like cute clothing. And she's the only one that kind of like fits with cute clothing aesthetic. I really thought there was going to be a fight. Woman with no walls. Well, maybe there still will be. Let's keep it going. Keep it going, brah. There we go.
Sounds like this Naori chick had quite the big heart.
Fun fact number 3.
Her position
What's going
demanded
on?
nothing less. From the sound of things, she didn't focus on differences, least of all those between Renans and
Only
Danans.
about 3 skits it
Yeah.
was. Huh.
It was Naori who first showed me that such a thing was even possible. And then she saved my life by sending me back home to Dana.
Yeah.
Not only
Back
that,
to Danny.
but she willingly stayed behind on Lenegis for the sake of her people. It sounds like she was quite the hero, all right.
She was pretty cool.
A truly caring person.
She was the bee's
It's
knees.
as if walls meant nothing to her. The one separating the Renans from the
Just gets loaded
Danans,
for her. You
or
need to
herself
re-enter
from
and leave an
others.
Huh.
She had no need for them.
Which basically meant that she never had anything to break down in the first place, huh? Yeah. I think you may be right about that.
Did you randomly pick number 3,
You
or was
inherited
that
legacy.
actually the third
A
fun
wish
fact
for the world.
of like the stream?
Don't I know it?
She's kind of like a lodestar guiding our way.
Lodestar.
Showing us what we can aspire
Metaphor
to.
Refantasio? The Lodestar? Dude, fucking Metaphor is so goddamn good. It's so fun. It's also like, I love the meme where it's like, Persona 5 was so, it's like, oh, Persona 3, you shoot yourself in the head to get your persona out. Persona 4, you crush the manifestation of your soul to get your persona out. In Persona 5, you rip off a mask to show your rebel spirit to get your persona out. It's like the only edgier thing you could do is if you physically gone into your chest and ripped out your heart. Well, guess what you're doing in Metaphor? I've been hating the other. It's the third one I labeled as one fact. I have been hating the other Mirror of Daisy meme. What's the other Metaphor meme? Also, I think sorry, I thought Spice was gonna put something in the Discord. No, the thing that he mentioned was the butter thing. My bad. Nope. Had to run back my memory. You know, take me to the depths. One about little changes in character design, Matt. I haven't seen that meme. Next Persona game, we slap the Persona out of each other. I mean, and then you can just go
That's quite
the other
simple,
way,
all right.
where it's like, oh well,
This might finally be it.
SMT cross FE, do a little dance to get your Persona out.
We'll find the Renis Alma and the Red Woman inside, right?
Sing a little song, do a little jig.
After everything we've been through to get here, they damn well better be.
We'll probably be needing you to open this one for us, Sovereign.
Go for it, Alpha.
I have a name. Not Sovereign. This also happens in P4. Yeah, sure. Do a little dance. And I guess it would be because both 3 and 5 also got dancing games as well.
This is it, guys. Time to see what secrets are in store.
This would make it seem like this is a final dungeon or boss or kind of thing, but most certainly it isn't, because it's not nearly magic-laden enough to be the final dungeon. Looking a little bit better. 9% MP30. Oh, really? Oh, god damn it. Fuck. Why would you put the star all the way out there if you're going to force me into a cutscene 50 some odd feet from it?
Volron. He really was still alive.
The fuck you talking about, dude?
And there's the Renis Alma. Then,
oh, he's talking.
Is this another spirit channeling ceremony?
Wait, though. Something doesn't seem right here.
Once more, the powers must be united. Born from the fires of chaos, the world does seek its rightful state. All must be sacrificed in the heart of Rena, at the shrine of the true sovereign.
What has
true
happened to
sovereign?
him? He's lost himself, reduced to a mere cog in a machine.
Hey, look! Over there!
Isn't that
Especially kiss our confidence to summon Jack
crest?
Frost.
Can it be that this entire chamber is meant to act as a substitute for the maiden?
Huh?
It looks like it's still running, but are we already too late to stop the ceremony?
Banger dance off. That's funny.
What caused Lenegis' transformation. And the purpose of the ceremony must have been to drain all the astral energy out of Dana.
That's actually hilarious.
But for what purpose? What could possibly need astral energy on that sort of scale?
I'm biased because I like P5's soundtrack more.
But whatever it is, I'll bet it's connected to those visions of oblivion. Regardless, we cannot stand by and let them steal Dana's energy.
And also the P5 dancing opening just has Joker
That
dancing
said,
in traffic, which I
We
love.
should retrieve the Renis Alma. Because right now, we need that most of all.
He's not gonna lunge at us out of nowhere, right?
The time law.
Oh, okay. And that's how you know they're in the same world.
So we finally found you. I have a lot of questions for you.
Wait!
What?
It's rude to point. Oh, there's multiple.
All have the same face? How is that even possible?
We're Death Stranding this bitch. Activities of the dance realm. Oh. The dance realm. Okay, you look intimidating and cool. Oh, is this a multi-enemy boss fight?
Are they even people?
Dance is the best since we finally got this full Junesso.
I think they're the true rulers of Rena.
And I would presume it is a young child singing it. I forget her name because I didn't play that game. Red Woman.
They're not.
Hey, punch him, please.
It's no use, Elfin. If we don't fight, we may as well be sitting ducks here.
Good point.
No.
Let's stop them before this gets out of hand.
This one's mine!
The flame inside me yearns to be let free. You picked the wrong fight. Lightning slash! Talon storm! Incineration wave!
Okay. That's a big amount of damage.
Take this! Try harder!
Okay, let's just pop a lemon. Lemon? No, it goes down. Okay. Do you guys have a shared health bar? Are you? Oh, bullshit. That was ass.
The flame inside me yearns to be let free. Talon storm! Blew away!
Ow.
Burn it! Blew away! Now we're not Dragon form! Lightning thrust! I'll burn it all!
Go. Sorry, Colin. Oh, sorry.
Flaming pillar!
Yeah. These fire chakrams, goddammit. Oh, nice. I did like 10,000 damage.
Where are you going?
Oop.
My turn.
Here, let me
I'm
help.
not done. Strike. Raining slash.
Now you see what I can do. Now I'm in the groove.
Raining slash.
Right away. I can do
This
this.
one's all mine. Not today. Blow away. Super swallow dance. Incineration wave.
Oh, goddammit, you missed. I dare tell you about the other knockout my friend has. So I tap PNG Shinya's hat, yeah. Call that knockout. Oh, that's great. Oh, no.
I owe you one. This should do it. Double demon fang.
In a bind?
By the waters of creation.
I'll heal you all.
Far enough. Dance in
Blow away. Blow away.
Healing circle.
Raining slash. Blow away.
Need to pull myself together.
Incineration wave.
Go.
Flash escape. It's over. Double demon fang. Dragon swarm.
Punch! Shattering?
I never miss.
It's too much.
Oop. Good. This is why we like KO prevention. Just keep raining slash.
Shouldn't have messed with me.
I'm also surprised that Law didn't get an astral art out.
That's enough. Raining slash. Burn. Incineration wave.
I'm just getting started. Take this.
Blow away.
Meteor.
Blow away.
Can't get out of this.
Raining slash.
Leave the charge up to me.
You alright?
Yeah, I'll be okay.
Here's a healing art.
Law, you can be okay, but you need to stay up, bro.
Winds of heaven. Water. Annihilation.
Raining slash.
I'll heal you all.
Incineration wave.
There you go.
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished.
All disasters made one. Come forth, a healing.
Okay, good. I was like, why is it still in battle for...
Surrender. Fighting is useless now.
Do you think it's really over?
No.
Astral energy. Watch out! They've got something up their sleeve.
Like self-destruct? Yeah.
What? It's self-destructed?
Yeah. He used Geodude. Slash Graveler.
Just a little roughed up.
Slash Voltorb slash Electrode.
You had me worried there.
Hot,
said
hot,
you could touch that?
Hot take. I think Klefki should have Explosion as a move.
Damn it! He's awake!
I bet you touch it
I
anyway.
should have thought as much.
I bet.
So you know this place? Naturally.
Oh, so you know this
It
one.
was built for me, after all.
Explain.
We'll save
I
that
mean, he
for
said,
another
don't touch
time.
that. And it's like, bitch, why you listening to
Pressing
him?
Is how I'm going to tear you apart. Even after all this time, you still insist on hating me? You cut me down. Sovereign or not.
I just want it.
will pay for that.
It's a small, innocuous Pokemon that's just keys. You wouldn't expect it to have the move Explosion.
You're obviously bluffing. You can't even move right now.
Really, is that what you think?
Well, shit, he can move.
Did you really think that such a petty device could hold
Hey, Sean,
me?
how about you shoot him right now?
Are you going to claim it's because you're a ruler? Be it
Small fairy
sovereigns
going
or
using that
lords.
exactly.
In the end, they're all titles given by someone else.
Plus, what kind of ruler would spend all his time chasing Alf, who happens to be another sovereign?
Idle prattle. I proved my worth and the Sovereign's powers were granted to me.
Were they really? We already know the title of sovereign doesn't denote royalty. It
is but an overblown codename for those with a designated part to play in these proceedings. You mentioned before that you were not the only one stolen from Dana, correct?
Yeah. There were countless. And every one of them besides me died.
All of those failed experiments, and they still kept going back to Dana. There must have been some vital reason their subject had to specifically be a Danan.
They needed
Then there were the records we
light
found in the
astral
library
energy
for you and Volron. They were logged 300 years apart, and yet the data they took from you was exactly the same. Which leads us to a single conclusion.
Then you mean Voron was kidnapped just like Alphen? But then he became
A slave from Dana. Just like us. Isn't that right, Volron?
Exactly, yeah, he did stuff.
So he posed as a Renan and caused all that suffering to his own people?
I mean, he didn't necessarily cut off a bunch of people from talking just to kill them, but yeah, he did off people. It was great.
Renan and Dana are meaningless distinctions. Me and everyone else. That is all that matters. I will stand above all others and take what is rightfully mine, starting with this.
Okay. Red woman. Doing some stuff. Hi.
A red woman?
Another one?
Give your master back on Rena this message. No one makes a fool of me. Let them know I'll make them suffer.
She's just like, lol.
Don't do it!
Well, shit. Gosh diggity darn it. We really should have, I don't know, took it when we were a few inches from it. Really? You don't want to just put a mercy bullet through his head real quick? Too much introspection. He's not being held back the whole time by his OPS. I do also feel like Yuri is, of the characters that I have played in Tales, he is the main character that is the most, that has the least development, because he is the most set. He is the most himself at the start of the game. Like, he doesn't need much introspection because he is already kind of... Imagine if she had no horizontal jump. Hey, Law, you're not gonna... The rest of the group not gonna help?
I'm mad.
You sound like he has more problem with what we'll do for us. Yeah.
Go.
That's how
No, I will be your shadow no matter where you try to run.
And like the thing is, he's largely right throughout most of the game, I feel. Like, I would say it's interesting because that game in particular is more about the supporting cast developing.
Who answers to neither spirit nor man. My word is law. I
am dead. You got most of
Are
his
you
stuff.
two okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll be fine.
Is Volron... Have we finally seen the last of him?
I don't know. We could have made it, you know,
Those red women.
final if we shot him.
What the heck was their deal?
So one line. My name is Law.
Could they be the ones behind all this? The same ones who put those soldiers in Faria in a trance?
Yeah, probably.
What? Those brainless things? Either way, they've done a runner with the Renasalma. Damn it, that's the second time now.
Whatever's stolen from us, we'll steal it back. The future's ours to protect. And right now, those things are what's standing in our way.
I assume the Astro Bows don't work.
We can head them off at Rena.
Did you say Rena?
Volron mentioned a master of theirs holed up in the motherland somewhere.
Yeah, true.
If that monstrous form's their true identity, I shudder to think who they take orders from.
Yeah. There's a good chance it's not human. That's
But
for
we
sure.
at least know the Astral Blades can kill.
So this thing
Because she's able to
over on
kill
Rena,
monsters.
that's what's really behind all this, huh?
So, like, a
They have the
relatively
Renaissance
defenseless
Alma in
him
their
should have been
grasp
able to
already,
be
so it's
killed
unlikely they'll have cause
with
to
a
return
bullet.
to Dana. I agree that Rena's our best shot.
Then we're agreed. Let's head back to the starship.
Let's go to Rena. Yay.
But seriously, I was not expecting
Jesus,
Volron to
533.
actually be here.
He seemed to care not one whit about Renan's or
Finished at
Danan's.
1 HP.
Yeah, not
Hell
in a good
yeah.
way like with us.
There was so much sound that it, like, cut out. Dude was tied to an energy 7. He was still a threat. I don't believe that he was actually a threat. I think he was just intimidating. Right? Like, yeah, he was able to get out of the binding, but we also don't know how difficult it was. Like, we don't actually know how difficult of a feat that is. There we go. Okay. You come over here. Here. You can get that. Boost gauge for any defeats. Strength and guard ignition. Yeah, you're getting a lot of our things filled by being smart with our happy bottles, and now additionally with all our super boss bonus artifacts. Dude was tied to an energy 7. He was still a threat. They were trying to use him to channel the energy of a planet. I'd wager it was pretty secret. I mean, he was just he was just channeling it. He didn't own it. He wasn't embodying it. You know, it's fine. You know, he could have been a bitch because he was also only strong enough to get one arm out. Right? Like, he didn't even bother to get the other arm and 2 legs out before burning to presumed death. You know, he just let that happen. Couldn't have been that strong.
I didn't see that coming about Volron.
Oh.
As for those red women, to think they were monsters all along.
Who'd have thought?
Tell me about it. One minute they look perfectly human. Next thing you know, they're not actually human at all.
They definitely weren't Renan or Danon.
Did you ever see their eyes?
I'm not even sure language would get through to them.
So what were they then? Human Zoogle hybrids?
Zoogles?
Is the most terrifying thing anyone said all day.
How about you, Shion? Doherly? You ever seen anything like that before?
No, never. However, if they're the same as the Red Woman we've seen with Volron, I think it's safe for us to assume they understand our language at the very least.
At the very least.
I had just so much I wanted to ask them. About Rena and Shion's thorns.
Unfortunately, they blew themselves up before we got the chance. Why would they do such a thing, though? To take us with them? Or in order to keep something hidden?
Both sound plausible to my ears. They took off with the Renaissance Alma too, remember?
Yeah, they did. And the next time we meet them, we're going to make sure they tell us everything they know.
Yeah. We're gonna force it out of them. Okay. I will need to go to a, whatchamacallit, at least one of the campsites, if only because I need to reminisce and see what the skit was before going into that fight. Gotta bring more brave. Oh yeah. Here we go. See, if this were trails, they would have put like a fucking chest in this room. Except they wouldn't have forced you to walk back. Walk back to it. Wait. No, okay. No computers thing. Like, boy howdy, the food still just lasts forever. It's so good. Okay. And yeah, the only computers are in there. So let's keep going. Yeah. Okay. So, Fontano, by your approximation, what percentage of, like, how far through the game am I right now? Am I at, like, 85, 90%? I don't know if I like main game. Yes. Yeah, because I'm probably, like, I don't have the DLC, so I'm probably not going to be playing it. 95%. Okay. Like, to the point where I could finish it tonight if I went for a few more hours, or hey, there's a plot section upcoming and then the final. Okay, you know what, then I could probably finish this tonight. I could probably finish this tonight. Because I was about to say, like, oh, maybe I'll, like, cut it relatively soon and then come back. But you know what? Fuck it. A bit of a slog, though, kind of long, lots of monsters. It's fine. It's fine. That's fine. Don't worry about that. Just, you know, be cool. Damn it.
Right, here goes. You got You're soaring light spear. Here I come.
They really don't give up, do they?
Be still. Point blank. Here I come. I'm not done. Blow away. Prepare to be seized. Abort. Mission. Strike. Go to hell.
Will this help?
Blew away.
Yo. Thought I couldn't bring you up into the sky.
Sleep now.
Damn it. It's too fast.
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
Here I come. Double demon fang.
Glacial spear. Here's the evil.
We're dead. No. I'm not done.
Glacial spear. Here's the evil.
Can't get out of this.
I won't be able to watch it. Oh no.
Let's keep our eyes on the prize.
You know what? And you're saying, so it's a plot section up. How long is the plot section? Is there a lot of walking in the plot section? Because I'm thinking then maybe what I can do is call this a short stream for a weekend stream. And then I can, a little bit of walking, lots of talking. Okay. Lots of talking upcoming. Okay. Let's take this mantis. And then what I can do is tomorrow I can just have a normal or short stream. And we can do that.
I'm nearly done for.
Where are you going?
Tails, lesser ice.
Here's a healing.
I would don't think I would necessarily like that.
Get behind me.
Got it. I'll leave it to you.
I'll crush you.
Either way, I can't watch. I work until around 4.
Lightning reflexes.
I mean, I can just start the stream around normal stream time tomorrow. So instead of at noon or 2, I can just wait until 5. Because if it's not going to take extra long, like if I, because like I would say I'm making pretty decent pace through a lot of these fights overall. I would say I don't think I'm going terribly slow. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the fact that I was able to get the super bosses out, unless they have another sequence where there's a whole bunch of quests that I would want to do, which I don't necessarily think I do, then there's nothing really stopping me. You know, along that same line, it's like, okay, I already got all the main, or all the base owls, right? I don't necessarily feel the need to collect, because I would presume it's from this point that the new more owls happen. Post-game bosses go up in scale to the last post-game boss at level 90. Oh, god damn. Well, I'm not doing post-game. Once again, like, the way I stream, I just stream base game. If I do post-game stuff, it'll be on my own time if I feel the desire, which, like, I like this game. I like it quite a bit. I think currently it is, like, not necessarily story-wise my favorite Tales game, but definitely playing it, I am happy to play it. Can I sweeten the dia? Sweeten the deal to playing post game, or like what do you mean sweeten the deal? Edna is there? Edna mode? Who's Edna? No, Edna from Zisteria. Edna from Zisteria. Earth's. Oh, her. Okay, okay, okay. Wait, she in your part in the DLC? Really? No, post. Okay. Wait, so this game, so Arise takes place in the same universe as Asteria and Berseria? Quest involving dimensional forward. Okay. Okay. Then maybe what I'll do is I'll beat the main game and then go see if I can't find that one specific quest. Tales game involving multiverse. Okay. But regardless, even that shouldn't take me in an overabundance. Additionally, tomorrow will still be Saturday, so if I need to do an extra long stream, then that should be fine. But I guess what I'm saying is, for right now, I think that this is where I'll call it, given that that's going to be story stuff. She's the first person to. This is not even anything you have to do to see her. Okay, cool, good. But yeah, so I think what I'll do is I'll call it here, and then tomorrow at 5 p.m. EST, I will continue playing and beat the game. Simple as that. And then we can, depending on how fast or slow I do that, maybe I will move on to the next game in that stream, or probably not. I'll just wait until Monday. Because thinking until the end of the year, or even after the end of the year, I've decided that I kind of just want to be playing one game at a time, just due to how it's feeling to stream. Maybe I'll play Metaphor. Maybe I'll do a few streams of that. So anyway, there's a site that converts your study materials to brain rot content. That's concerning. Dude, the mitochondria is the sigma male of the cell. I don't know. I don't know, brain rot. Oh god. What's the world coming to, man? It makes me worried. But regardless. So yeah, I should be back 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow, because I think that time will hopefully work for everyone. I hope it works, because it should work. It obviously works for me. Hopefully it works for Fontano, Wolf Slash. I hope it works for you. I know that you're in not New England time, and everyone else who is also not in New England time, I hope it works for you as well, whether it be Sleeper or Spiced or Stevie and all the others who dropped by today. But yeah, thank you all for dropping by, and I hope you all have a very nice night. Bye.